Right, so I've gone live at this end. So if you could just let me know if I've gone live on YouTube yet, because there's always a bit of a delay. Should be live. Are you reading me? Hi, Ken. Hi, CMD. Hi. So are you reading me okay? I guess so. Are you? Over on YouTube? I haven't got YouTube up at the moment. So all good? Yeah, okay. Good stuff. Yeah, well, good evening. First of all, thank you very much for coming along. This may not be a very long one because I've still got a bit of a cough, and the more I talk, the more it tends to come out. But I just thought we'd have a little catch up. Um, yeah, so just still got people coming in. Martin, Ken, hello, 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 Blake, and Mike. So far, I think that was everyone. Swoop. Just quick checking, wiki. All good. You're live. Good, good, good. Yeah, thanks for that, CMD. Appreciate that. Mark. Hello, Mark. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. I've got my two carers with me today. These two here. Hi, Trev. Good old Exmouth. Hello, Exmouth. Right. Good. Right then. So let's get started. So first of all, I just wanted to do a little live stream, basically just to catch up and thank everybody for their patience and their kind words, wishing me well. Yeah, I'm not quite over the hill yet, but hopefully soon. Yeah, I don't feel like I should be riding because I can still feel something going on with my chest. And the last time I did that, because basically what it was I got the first bout, I got it on Boxing Day, and I had an appointment with a Meteor at the dealership for a service on the 4th of January. So anyway, by the 4th of January, well, by the 3rd of January, I had to decide whether I was going to go or not. And I decided, actually, that was the first day when I felt reasonably okay. I just had a bit of a cough. So I said, no, I won't cancel the appointment. I'll go. So I went, and on the day, the 4th of January, I felt pretty good, and went and did the service and everything. But I think that 3.5 hours somehow sent me back, because the next day it was the cough was really bad. And since then, it's been 5 weeks, and it's it's dragging on. So that's why I'm very cautious about riding again, because I did it once, and it's cost me 5 weeks. And yeah, as long as I feel like there's something going on down here, I don't really want to risk it. Although generally I feel all right, but yeah, like I say, once bitten, twice shy. I don't want another 5 weeks of setback. So I'll be careful. I'm hoping I might go out for a little ride on the weekend just for myself, and then if I don't have a setback, then I'll know, okay, as long as I don't do a massive ride, I can still ride my bike. So that would be good to know. So I'm going to start pushing the envelope slowly now. But obviously, as well, I don't want to be ill for another 5 weeks, particularly in my case, I'm self-employed. So if I'm ill and I'm not working, I'm not earning anything, and I'm spending money every month. So yeah, I can get into difficulties. So I have to be a little bit careful with my health at the moment. So yes, thanks to everyone for your kind words and your support, and hopefully we'll be back soon doing the normal stuff. But I can probably do other videos for you in the meantime if I'm not able to ride next week. So we'll see how we go. You can't work out whether that nurse has had Botox or not. No, she looks like she's had a bit of a lip pump there, doesn't she? It looks like she's had a bit of a collagen thing going on. But yeah. So what else was I going to talk about? First of all, yeah, my whiskey arrived today. My new whiskey whip. There you go. So I got the Talisker, which is good. So I have one of those. I'm sure it's medicinal. So there you go, Mike. I'm on the good stuff. So cheers, one and all. So yeah, I do like the Talisker, Blake. I think it's kind of like the sweet spot for flavor and price. It's not really expensive. It's quite easy to get hold of, and yeah, it's got a nice complex flavor and smokiness to it. It's one of my favorite, mainstay regular drink whiskies. I won't drink anything regularly that's too expensive because it would bankrupt me. Yeah, cheers, Mike. Better have another nip just to make sure. So, right then. So, how about if you lot in the comments tell me what you've been up to? What have you been up to so far in 2024? I can't believe it. We're already into February. God, that's what happens when you're sick all the time, I guess. Time flies. So, have any of you got any exciting news for me? Oh, hello, Stefan. Oh, hello, Dave Merciamoto. Indicator, Dave. I'm sure you've not got your indicator on, by the way. So who have we got? Yep, all work and no play for Exmouth. Yeah, I see. You got that big renovation project going on. I've been watching some of those videos. Not that I'm ever going to do any building work, but it's always good to know these things, isn't it? Mark says Bumble been out once, and so has Rebelline. Yeah, that's your. You got a Honda Rebel 500 and a Meteor 350 called Bumble, a yellow one like mine. That's good. Oh yeah, Stefan. Yeah, Stefan from Bulgaria. He fell off his scooter and hurt his knee, but he's back riding, so that's good. He fell off on some black ice, which was rather cruel. So yeah, that's good, Stefan. Glad you're back riding the scoot. Dave, hang on, I'm gonna have to start putting these comments up so that you can see them. There you go. I probably have left it flashed again. Indicator, Dave. All right, good. Oh, here we go again with the cough. Yeah. I mean, I know in the UK it's been pretty wet January, hasn't it? As far as I can tell. Yeah. Mike Stella Blue, that's the one. Good man. So you'll be meteoring from the beginning of March, isn't it? Yeah, that's right, 1st of March. Excellent. Well, good luck with that, mate. But leave the whiskey till afterwards. That would be my advice. What have we got? Oh, hello, Glenn. There you go, Glenn. Nice to see you. Yeah, you've got another Meteor. Good man. Going in for a service. Nice one. Martin. Oh, that's nice, Martin. Yeah. So what's your son got then? What's his new weapon of choice? Let me know what he's bought himself. Yeah. Thanks, Steve. Yeah, that was terrible. I think Stefan was. He said he arrived at work and rode onto the car park, and it was just like sheet ice or something. It just went poof straight down. Not good. Oh, here we go. Blake, doctor, yesterday. I'm in the last 6 months to the end of my case to return to work. So after that, it's all on me. Very happy about that. Good. Excellent. Ken, I've hardly been out in my bunch. I'm Billy no mates at the moment. I don't believe that for a moment, Ken. You're Billy many mates and many admirers because you're awesome. But yeah, it's probably not been the greatest of weather as far as I can tell, so I can't really blame you. I mean, that's actually one of the things that really pissed me off about being ill. I mean, basically, since the beginning of the year, since the turn of the year, we've had pretty good weather here. We've had some really lovely sunny days, and I'm stuck here going, can't ride. I Yeah, Mark's up in Scotland, 0 degrees here, heavy sleep. Not surprising, mate. Not surprising. Oh, here we go. Thanks, Martin. So he's got a Yamaha YZX125. So does that mean he's like at the start of his motorcycle journey? Is he going to do his test and everything, or has he got a license and he's just downscaled? Yeah, let us know because I'm curious. Yeah, definitely. Well, the thing is, Blake as well. I mean, even when he's not working, he's like, doing awesome videos, isn't he? He's like my favorite up and coming videographer at the moment. I love I love the way you do your videos, and you're actually inspiring me now to up my game. I'm thinking I might allow myself to be inspired by you, Blake. Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a minute. I'm sorry, Ken. Have a word. Heated souls, blimey. See, there you go. If you live up in the north like that, then you need all the gear, don't you? You've got heated everything. Mark's actually got a heated seat pad as well, which I'd never seen before. That's nice. You can ride around with a warm backside. Yeah. Wow, -7. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, definitely not riding weather. Oh goodness. So what I do is presumably this is a response to me saying I'm going to allow myself to be inspired by Blake. Don't watch my next one. I'm sure it'll be brilliant, Blake. Don't worry about it. I'm sure it'll be wonderful. Oh, that's brilliant, Martin. Hey, another biker in the family. That's great. Are you like near enough that you're going to be able to go out together eventually, or is there a lot of distance involved? That'd be good if you can do like a father-son ride outs from time to time. That'd be awesome. Oh right, yeah. So you got some puddles to deal with. Fair enough. Ah, William. Hello, William. Yeah, that's it, Ken. You tell him. You tell him, Ken. Don't be having it. Oh, hi, Pete. Pete's in France. He's blowing a hoolie. You're up in Normandy, aren't you? That's just down the road from me, basically. Yeah, blowing a hoolie at the moment. Good. I'm glad it all went well for you. Excellent. Good, good. Yeah, watch the COVID. For me, like the side effects from the jabs, they came like the following day. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, you got away with it. Yeah, William. Yeah, these are my two carers. They've been really looking after me most excellently. And yeah, you know, hopefully we're getting towards good health. We shall see. There you go, Mike. Have a word with Mark because he's got his yellow meteor, as you can see in his thumbnail. Um, yeah, maybe you two can hook up when you get yours. That would be good. Oh, by the way, Mark's got his own channel. If you look for Wee Mark, you can see what he gets up to. So, Mike, if you want to sort of communicate, that would be an option. Yeah. So what's this, Martin? Here's the showing near to Uncle Stuart, about 90 miles away. Oh, that's good. Yeah, you sort of meet halfway. That's not too bad, is it? 45 miles each. That'd be all right. Nice one. There you go, Mark. Just to the east of Inverness. Steady on, Simon. Steady on. It would have to be Ruby, actually, by a long way. Ruby by a long way. Yeah, Ruby got to choose the main background. So, yeah, she goes for sausages every time. Nice bit of bratwurst going on there. Nice bit of bratwurst action. Liking that. That's what they're like over here in France, though, mate. That's really the main reason I came to France in the first place. You know, once I discovered that that's what nurses wear, I thought, right, better get over there sharpish, and then quickly get ill. Good man, Andy. That's it. Yeah, have a wee dram, knock yourself out. It's a long time actually since I've not been drinking the really cheap stuff. Because obviously, when I was ill, I was kind of drinking whiskey with honey and other things in the hope that it was going to be like some sort of, voodoo cure, but it wasn't. But it's fun trying. But obviously, I didn't drink the good whiskey because it would have been a waste. So this is the first good whiskey I've had since before Christmas, and yeah, it's lovely, going down nicely. Yeah, Mark, it's a Stellar Blue. I don't know where he bought it from, but it's a Stellar Blue, definitely. Well, that's right, Pete. Let me know which one of the two I should send you. Just drop me a line if you do get the side effects of the jabs, then yeah, just drop me a line, and you can tell me which one of the two I should send to you. No problem, mate. Hmm. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Martin's off to the Dragon Rally tomorrow. The Dragon Rally, that's the one that Lane's Explorer went on when he was a lad, isn't it? With that bird that he fancied. I think it is. Yeah. So that's interesting. Oh, so you're off to that then? Oh, that'll be good. Well, I hope you get some decent weather, but I'm guessing maybe not. I don't know what the prognosis is, but fingers crossed you get some decent weather for that, Martin. Cheers, Andy. Hi, William. Yeah, that's a Scottish expression for a small shot of spirits, a little nip of a spirit as a wee dram. This channel is largely educational, so I'm happy to tell you that. Yeah, well, this is the thing, Mark. You got to come to rural France because they all run around like that. It's being ill is not a great hardship, to be honest. Okay, well, wee dram is a very large whiskey. So yeah, that's right. That's the Cornish version of a wee dram. Oh, there you go. Mike and Mark, there you go. Two happy, well, Mike's a soon-to-be meteor owner, two happy meteor owners who can come together through the power of economical rights. Awesome. Well done, you two. Hope that works out well. Yeah, I shall follow that with interest. Good luck to the pair of you. That'll be excellent. Excellent news. This is true. Yeah, this is not NHS. This is like, not state healthcare. This is the private one. Exactly, because you don't get rubies on state healthcare either. Oh, there we go. There we go, Mark. Yeah, he did. He got it from the dealer you mentioned. So, right then. So just don't get ill, Pete. Just don't get ill and make lots of appointments at the surgery, and you'll be fine. There you go, Martin. So you got a job there now. Of course, I mean, Blake's right. It's these AdSense millions that, it gets to a point where it's embarrassing how much money you've got in the bank, and then you just have to think of new ways to blow it, don't you, Steve? And yeah, private healthcare is one of the ways that we choose to do that, Oh, excellent. That's good. That's good, Martin. So Martin's going to do a video about the Dragon Rally and full day of sunshine on Saturday. Yeah, fingers crossed, mate. Hopefully that works out. So there you go. I guess this is a message to Mike that there's a Facebook page for Royal Enfield owners in Scotland. Oh, this is complicated. What's this? In Scotland, hang on. In Scotland, the preferred tipple is a wee half and half pint of 70 shilling and a whiskey. Didn't know that. Mark, is that the truth? Mike, is that the truth? You need to confirm or deny that, because he's from Cornwall, so I don't know if we can trust his opinion on that. So you single malt 10-year-old Irish whiskey, the Dublin Liberties. Can't use that now. That's true. That is true. I mean, unless they get really lucky with the weather, that could be quite hardcore, couldn't it? Yeah. So agree with you there, Ken. Good luck, Martin. Hope it stays dry. Hope everything goes well. I'm getting lagging behind. Hang on. Dogs seem to get better healthcare than. Yeah. Well, this is true actually, because I never go to the doctor because I can't be asked, so I really don't. but Ruby's on a plan. She has to go every quarter, so she goes 4 times a year to the vets for checkups and various things. So yeah, I mean, actually, Ruby gets more healthcare than I do, except at the moment, obviously. But normally I don't do anything really for my health. There's a guy with a yellow meteor in Inverness. There you go. Man of excellent taste, clearly. Hi, Exeter. How's the old stomping grounds? Still chockers, nothing on the roads here still. I imagine it's chockers, and I imagine there are potholes and sunken drain covers and, yeah, what was it? Traffic calming measures and which produce congestion. I imagine there's quite a lot of that as well. Do I have plans for new videos when I'm okay again? Well, yeah. I'd really like to have a go on the new demo Super Meteor that the dealer in Almeria's got, because they got a second one, as I mentioned in the video, to see if that is actually doesn't have the vibration issues that the first one had. But I don't know. They might have sold it by the time I get over there. So, but yeah, if it's still there when I'm healthy, I'd like to get over and do another Super Meteor Revisited video. I've got other people's lives. I've got a couple of people that I can mention in another people's lives video. And then I've got quite a few new trails that I've discovered that I can go down on Norman, hopefully. And yeah, other than that, I'll just go for rides to nice places and do a little vlog of whatever village or wherever I end up going. So that's kind of the plan at the moment. But probably I'll have to get my finger out with the Super Meteor thing, because I've got a sneaky feeling they won't have that demo bike for long, and then if it's gone, I'll have missed the opportunity. Right, so. Oh, all right then. Okay. Oh, I take it all back. My dad is from a very remote part of Scotland. In that case, Andy, I'm sure it's the truth. I'm sure it's spot on. Oh yeah, yeah. Mike and Mark have both said yes. Okay, good, good. There you go. I didn't know that, Andy. I thought you were a multi-generational Cornishman, so I didn't know about that. Spot on, whiskey chaser every time. Oh, I tell you what, I can't do that. I could probably drink whiskey all night, and I won't even feel bad the next day. But well, beer and whiskey, for me, that's a fatal combination. It churns my stomach in some weird way. If I have a lot of beer and then I drink whiskey, it doesn't end well. Can't do that. Can't do that. I'm a lightweight. I couldn't go to Scotland then. Oh, here we go, Pete. Here's a little traffic report from Exmouth. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why he's banging on about Exeter, because he lives in Exmouth. But anyway. What else we got here? I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, any sane person wouldn't think that a half could be construed as a shot of whiskey. Oh, right. Okay, here we go. Mike's got the half is to water down the drum. Right. Okay. So yeah. So it's a half and a dram. Right. Oh, sorry, it's kicking in again. Forecast good, about 4 inches of snow hereabouts. Oh yeah, you're taking the psycho outfit. Oh, that should be a little bit safer. Yeah, good, awesome. Well, we look forward to that video then, Martin. That's one to look out for. Good luck. This is very true. Basically, I look after everything better than I look after myself. So that's the bottom line. Yeah, I definitely can't complain about the roads. That's the last thing I've got to complain about, really. There you go. That's the skinny from France. He's getting reports on road conditions down your neck of the woods, Steve. Hello, Peter. Peter, 750 plus subscribers, Lanes Explorer. Well done. It's an awful night out there thing. No, it's windy though. It's windy. You might be picking up the wind on the microphone a little bit. It's pretty blowy out here. You vape the devil's lettuce and sleep. Yeah, I mean, I kind of got to the. Well, it's funny actually because everyone that's my age, right? Everyone that's sort of 50 plus. Whenever I talk to them, they're just going, "Oh yeah, tomorrow I'm going to the doctor for this, or tomorrow I've got a hospital appointment, I've got a specialist appointment," and every time I speak to them, it's the same, and it's like they've got various ailments that have been diagnosed, and basically they're on a ton of pills, or they're sat in a waiting room somewhere, waiting to be shoddily treated, and yeah, I honestly I said that to my parents quite a few years ago, actually. I said, look, I don't want to spend the last 10 or 15 years of my life going from one poxy appointment to the next. So I'd rather not know what I've got, So if you don't go to the doctor, you don't know what you've got. And that's good. That's fine by me. I should just live. Poof. That's fine. That's good. I don't want to know what I've got. And I don't want to like when I go on holiday, I have to make sure I've got enough of my tablets with me and all that nonsense. God, that would be such a pain. No, I'm just going to go for it. Stay healthy or die. That's my motto. Well, obviously, apart from the COVID, but we're getting there. Mark, that's a bit harsh. I'm not that ill. No, I think you're referring to the bike, aren't you? Yeah, we might actually get around to that in a minute. Yeah, that's good, Martin. It's good that you're coming after September because from mid October, we're allowed to go on the trail. So once you get down this neck of the woods, hopefully by then I'll have found a few more for you. Hang on a minute. What's that? Do you have 67? Yeah, Mark has got a yellow Meteor like mine called Bumble and a Rebel 500, Honda Rebel 500. So I think you've probably found his channel. Yeah, I know. Well, it was Ruby's choice of decor, obviously. Or do you mean my carer? Yeah, these are my two carers here. So yeah, I thought they deserved a little bit of credit. Hello, James. Nice to see you, mate. Hello. It's snowing. What have I missed? Scroll through the chat, mate. Basically, I'm not an awful lot. Just me giving a little bit of a health update and asking people in the chat, what they want to know, what they've been up to, stuff like that. Yeah, good luck, Stefan. Hopefully that goes well. Hopefully you get some riding weather finally. Right then, I'll just have a quick whiz through the chat. I just have another wee dram. What was it? I'm just going to have a half. I'm not going to have a half and half. I'm just going to have a half. I'll just have a quick whiz down the chat. And then I might have a surprise for you. No, Mark, I'm not. No, I don't. I don't put ice in my whiskey because that just dilutes it. That ruins it. I'm not doing that. Uh, oh, this is quite. This is like typical. Cornish Motorcycle Diaries already knows this story, but on the Triumph website in Spain, you can apply for a test ride of most of their bikes. So with the 400s, I said, all right, I'll have a test ride on a Scrambler 400X, please. So then I had to pick up my nearest dealer and say, right, yeah, book a test ride, blah blah. And then they say, right, your dealer will be in touch, blah blah. Anyway, 2 weeks later, I get an email from the dealer saying, oh, we've just received our first Speed 400, which isn't the bike that I asked for, and you can come and look at it. Right. And I wanted to ride a Scrambler. So basically, I could go and look at a Speed 400, but I can't be asked, to be honest. I mean, if they had a Scrambler, I might make the effort because it is like an hour and a half's drive each way. But again, I mean, I want to have a go on one, I don't want to just look at it. So, yeah, kind of a pointless exercise. Try and say you can book a test ride online and then you try it. And then basically it just depends whether your dealer has that specific bike. If he doesn't, tough luck. You get asked to come and have a look at it. Brilliant. Yeah, it's a bit grim up there in Bury, I imagine, at the moment. Oh, goodness, that Ken. It's good. Yeah, good on you, Ken. Right then. You're with me, are you, Blake? Yeah, yeah. Live, 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 live. Drop dead. That's the way to do it. None of this. You know, yeah. 5 years of being treated for stuff and mucked about with. Nah, sod that. Tomorrow you're having your eye looked at. Right. Yeah, Mark, I know you've got quite a few issues there, haven't you? I mean, yeah, obviously I'm very fortunate, I think I haven't got anything, apart from a bit of COVID left over. But yeah, I appreciate a lot of people do need help, but it's just this whole thing about, supporting the pharma industry and having to take all these tablets 3 times a day. I just can't be dealing with it. I really want to avoid that if I can. Yeah, that's the thing, Peter, as well. Yeah, just try not to get ill. And if you can, delay going to the doctor and then only go to the doctor if you really feel like you can't do without some sort of drugs. Oh, there you go, Mark. I think that's aimed at you. Blake's just subscribed. Right. I'm not able to keep up with the chat at the moment. Hang on then. Little water is acceptable. Yes. Allegedly, I've done a few whiskey tastings, and they come around with a little pipette of Highland spring water, and you'll have 2 or 3 drops because that frees up the molecules or something, and it tastes better. But yeah, I don't go down that road. I just drink it as it comes out the bottle. Hey, Aussie biker dude, how you doing, mate? Didn't see you sneak in. Sorry about that. So presumably it's like breakfast time over there, is it? That's the thing. See, I started out drinking whiskey. I never even had mixers ever with whiskey. I just started out drinking it neat, and so basically, I'm pretty good at whiskey drinking. I can drink it for quite a while. It doesn't really affect me too much. The only thing it does, I said this to Steve earlier, actually. I find that whiskey's kind of like caffeine for me. I can be really tired, and if I drink whiskey, I can go for hours. It's weird. Most people seem to think it puts you to sleep, but it seems to have the opposite effect on me. Nice one, James. Do it, mate. Cheers. I know, right? It's just like, what really annoys me is like all of the manufacturers on their own website, they go book a test ride, and you go, oh, brilliant. So what, they're gonna trailer a bike, van a bike down to the dealer and let me have a go on it. Brilliant. No, they should send an email to the dealer that you're interested. Yeah, and then if the dealer doesn't get one, you don't get a go on one. That's the end of it. It's pathetic. There you go, Blake. Keep fit enough to run from danger. Yeah, that sounds about right. Ah, well, there you go. Actually, there you go. Look at that. Look at that, Steve. Look at that, Steve. Yeah. So, yeah. Well done. Well done. Well done, Peter. Yeah, indeed. Our special surprise, special guest, quite unexpectedly, is that famous, our favorite YouTuber. Let's not beat about the bush. It is our favorite YouTuber and very good friend, Exmouth biker. Some of you will know him as Exeter Rider, the wonderful Steve. So I will just let Steve join in.
Hello, Gary.
Hello. Oh, you're coming through nice and loud. Maybe a
bit too loud?
For me, it's a little bit loud, yeah.
Okay.
That's perfect.
I'll speak a bit quieter then. When you said favourite YouTuber, I thought Itchy Boots was coming on. I was getting quite excited then.
No. You're definitely our favourite, mate. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, well, I was just going to explain. So basically, this was always going to be a solo chat. So it's not been publicised as an Armageddon, which it's kind of turned into. But that was basically because Steve was so kind. When he heard that I was going to do a live stream, he said, I'll come along and I'll loiter in the background. And then if I get problems with my coughing or run out of things to talk about, he'd be happy to help me out. So that was a very generous offer. And of course, I couldn't decline it. So yeah, there you go. Surprise guest today, most unexpected, is Steve, Exeter Rider.
I expect you've lost about 20 people now, have you? They've all disappeared now. Oh, not in again.
Oh, no, we're at 22. We're doing all right.
Oh, that's right
then. Yeah, there you go. Mark's got it right. How's Plymouth?
Gary, while you're the topic of the 400s Scrambler, I actually saw one the other day because I wasn't really that bothered about it before it came out, but now I've seen it. They're actually really nice looking bikes. Really nice.
They're beautiful. I really wanted one, but yeah, it got delayed. And if it come out like sort of, at least at the beginning of last year before I bought the Himalayan, I might have bought one a bit like Nathan the Postman. I might have bought one to do a bit of light trailing, and that might have scratched the itch, and that I've now scratched with Norman. But because it kept getting delayed, in the end I ended up buying the Himalayan in April last year. I can't really make a case for it now because I know the Himalayan's going to be better off-road anyway. But yeah. I do love the look of it. It's a pretty little bike.
It really is. And it's very light as well. I sat on one and it's really light and feels like you can chuck it around a bit. Yeah, very nice.
Hang on, I'm just catching up with the chat. I'm nearly caught up. That's the thing, isn't it? When you got to like 20 odd people typing away, it quick sort of mounts up, doesn't it?
I think it does actually filter some of it through, doesn't it?
Yeah, hang on.
Hello, Quinn.
Oh, it's Quinn turned up. Oh, hey
Yep.
up. Yep. Hi, Quinn. Nice to see you, mate. Did you get bored after throwing the TV out the window? No?
No, I didn't. I never get bored of throwing TVs out the window. It's always fun. Expensive, but fun.
Yeah, Mark, I think basically pretty much the whole range that they do as a 350 will be available as a 450. I think that's the idea, that that platform is going to give rise to bikes in each category. So there'll probably be something like a 450 Meteor as well, some sort of 450 Cruiser. I think that they'll do the whole range that they've got in the other sizes. They'll do that with the 450, I'm sure.
Sounds like it's a very much a different engine, though, that 450, doesn't it? Compared to the 350, it's not a clever tractor anymore. It's going to be a bit more racy.
Yeah, I mean, this is I'll probably do a video on it at some point, but I've been following it quite closely, and yeah, there's quite a lot of talk out of India from people that have got both the 411 and the 450, and they're saying on a fast open trail they rather ride the 450 because it's got better suspension, so you can take the bumps at higher speeds more easily, and
Yes.
obviously it's got more power. But they're saying that if you're on like a technical trail where you're down into first gear and the revs are dropping, and then you're trying to pick up the revs out of the bend, they'd rather take the 411, because the 411, you can let the revs drop down to like below 1,000 RPM probably,
Yeah.
without
Pretty much
even
nothing. Yeah.
worrying about without worrying about the clutch. And then once you're around the corner, you just go boop, 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 and
Yeah.
you go. And apparently on the 450, they're saying, you have to slip the clutch a little bit to get it over 2,000 RPM just to get it moving again, if you let the speed drop too much. So that's not ideal. So yeah, I'm a bit worried about that. Also reports, which I would take with a massive pinch of salt, but also reports from India that people are saying, although the 450 will do about 90 miles an hour, I guess, that the actual effective cruising speed is going to be 55 to 60 miles an hour, because apparently much beyond 60 mile an hour, they reckon it vibrates quite badly, and they're reporting numb hands. So on that score, I think a lot of people were hoping that the 450 would be the more touring capable version of a Himalayan, so that you could do big miles. You could do a 70 mile an hour day, cover big miles to get to where you want to go. If that's the case, that the cruising speed is 55 or 60, you can do that on the 411. So that's a bit of a worry. My caveat for that is, and I've told you this, these are Indians, these are brand new bikes. If you take a single that's brand new up to 70 mile an hour, it's probably going to vibrate a lot more than it will once it's done 2,000 miles. So and I can't imagine that the RE engineers were so daft that they've built an engine that can't cruise comfortably above 60 miles an hour. I can't see it.
I hope not, because that is going to be a massive cock up if they've messed up on that. I mean, a lot of it with a single lower capacity engine all comes down to the counterbalancer shaft, doesn't it? Getting that right. Honda have done it with their 300 range. They've got that really, down to a T, but hopefully they've done that on the 450. Funny enough, I'm actually seeing the Himalayan tomorrow. My local dealer's got one in until Saturday, so I'm going to pop in, Mitch off work and pop in and have a look.
Yeah.
Again, it does depend. It is going to be a different engine, a different machine, and quite a departure from all the other Royal Enfields, where the low down torque has always been really good and a real selling point of a Royal Enfield, but they've kind of departed from that a bit now by the looks of it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I mean, basically, I've not said it in a video yet, but basically, I don't know, just sometime around before Christmas, Norman suddenly became a keeper I suddenly felt so at one with Norman now. All of a
Right.
sudden, it took a while. I mean, I think that the 411 Himalayan is really a grower. I think it's a bike that you know, the longer you have it, it takes a while to really appreciate it. And yeah, sometime before Christmas, I was riding up the Trail of Death, and I just thought, I can't think of a better bike for me for this job, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And with the luggage and everything, I use it kind of like a maxi scooter. I go and do shopping on it, you know, so it's practical for other things as well as the off-road thing. And
Beer
you know,
emergencies.
yeah, and I'd go for beer emergencies, and I'd go touring on it as well. You know, I think I'm quite happy to do you know, 55, 60 on the motorway, and it'll do that comfortably. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking, and especially for the money. I mean, it was $6,000 with everything on it, ready to go. You know, yeah, I just think if I ride that for 10 years, it's been as cheap as chips, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Why would I get something else more expensive, more likely to break if I drop it? No, I honestly, so I've ended up with two keepers. I've got Buddy
Yes.
and I got Norman, and I can't imagine selling either of them now. So yeah, it's like, so basically a third bike is looming now. You know, I don't think I can avoid it now. I
Yeah.
was hoping that I could replace one of them with something new and interesting, but
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of got to the point. I've ended up with two bikes that I just love, and yeah, so at some point, I think a third bike's going to have to come.
I respect the 411 a lot. It's not a bike that which I
Mm,
would want to own because there's just better options for me, and I didn't connect with it. And like you say, it probably
mm.
maybe I needed it for longer. I did try to connect with it and you know, enjoy it, but I just I just couldn't. I couldn't get my head
Yeah,
around it.
nah, it's a well, you know, I've said before, it's kind of like the Land Rover Defender of motorbikes. I mean,
Yes.
if you jumped into a Land Rover Defender and drove it around the block a couple of times, you go, oh, what's this piece of shit? You know, it's
Hmm.
like noisy and uncomfortable and whatever else, you know. But I think its charm comes through the versatility. You know, you just find so many situations where you think, oh, brilliant, you know, it
Yeah.
did it. You know, that's what. Yeah, if it's like, if especially if you're someone, because that's why I was going to get one initially, because initially I thought I can only really have one bike, I can't justify two. And if you're sort of, you know, because of storage reasons or whatever else, if you're really limited to one bike, I think it's still a great choice, because you can do a bit of everything with one of those, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so
When I
it's
was
just the
on the road with the
versatility is really,
411, I
really good.
just felt like I wanted to be off road all the time. Do you know what I mean? It felt
Yeah.
more at home off road than what it is on road.
Yeah, but I mean, you
Still
know, it's
commute to it.
fine on the road. You know, you
Yeah.
can go for a Sunday ride on a nice road. No, it's still enjoyable. It's good enough.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I still
But
enjoyed it, but I just felt like I
yeah, well,
wanted to be off road with it all the time.
you're spoiled, of course, because you've had a meteor. So you know,
Mm,
your
exactly.
expectations are elevated, aren't they?
They very much so, mate. Take a bit of beating, the old meaty. Yeah.
Yeah. So Aussie Biker Dude, yeah, the value of used Timmys have dropped since the 450 was announced. Yeah, that's brilliant. That's good news. Honestly, the dealers have still got the 411s. Obviously, they're not making them anymore, but the dealers have still got stock. You know, as long as the main importers have got stock, the dealers will be able to get them. I think it's a great time to buy a 411. And anyone that was thinking of starting a little bit of off-roading sort of tentatively to see whether they like it or not, you know, grab a cheap 411, you know, ride it, drop it, decide you don't like riding off road, sell it. You're not going to lose a huge amount. If you wait for the 450, you'll probably lose a lot more. So, you know, if someone's sort of on the verge of thinking about maybe getting a bike for a little bit of off road trail riding, I think now would be a great time to get a 411. It's more than good enough for the job, you know. So if they will probably be discounted when the importers can't shift them because everyone's ordering the new ones. Hopefully they'll be discounted. I think it'd be a great time to buy a 411, really. Yeah, so Blake's looking to get one. Hang on, let's put that up. Yeah.
Have you tried the BSA, Gary? You haven't, have you?
Yeah. I think probably they're big. No, they're not available in Spain yet. They're UK only at the moment. They're not available in
Oh, okay.
Europe. The BSAs, no. But yeah, was it 2025? Yeah, that's another thing, of course, with the 450 Himalayan coming out. I think a lot of people that have got 411 might choose to upgrade. So that should result in a lot of used 411s coming on the market quite cheap as well. So that's another good option for people. You know, say you bought a Himalayan with like 2,000-3,000 miles on it for, I don't know, $4,500 or whatever. If you buy that just to try a little bit of off-roading, and then you decide you don't like it, you know, you'll get most of that money back, because I mean it's lost the big chunk of value right at the beginning. So if you buy it like, you know, 2 years old or whatever, have a go. If you don't like it, flog it on. You know, I think it's a great opportunity at the moment for people that are thinking about doing a bit of green laning or something like that. Hang on a minute. Yeah, BSA. All right, so we got in the comments BSABs. I think what happened with a gold star. Hang on. Shoop. I'm honestly, I haven't got a clue because they're not a thing over here. As someone resident in the UK, what impact has BSA had on the motorcycling community in the UK? Has it had an impact, or is it like a niche thing?
Yes, I think it's had an impact, big impact.
Yeah, you see a lot of them about, do you?
No, I wouldn't say I see a lot of them about. I think a lot of people that buy them are the sort of people that will buy them and stick them in the garage and rarely use them. So I think in the summertime you'll see them a lot more. But I know that my local BSA dealer, they were selling a lot when they first come out. Did it kill the Interceptor? Yes, I think it did. Yeah, I think the BSA did kill off the Interceptor. Well, not kill off, but I think it was a different option. And with the Interceptor, the 650 engine is quite refined, isn't it? Whereas with the BSA being a 650 single, it has got a bit more character. So yeah, I think they've done very well, actually, BSA. The problem with BSA is that the people that distribute them and are looking after all the marketing and everything else are essentially a distribution company, which is why they could roll them out so quick. They got all the lorries together and just chucked them out of the dealers, flooded the dealers, and yeah, there you go. But on the marketing side, it isn't their thing. And yet BSA in India are leaving all that to them. It's not their forte.
That's quite interesting that Cornish Motorcycle Diaries, on the BSA website, they're not showing prices. And yeah, and Quinn said that his dealer had sold 2 in the past year or something. Here we go.
See, my local dealer was probably selling a few a week at one point in the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, but you'll see, you're in an affluent part of the world, though. That, you know, down there on the Exmouth coast. You know.
We are posh. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, obviously people buy a lot of luxury goods down your neck of the woods. But yeah, I do wonder, and even when they said they were going to do it, you know, before they'd actually done it, it does depend whether the parent company thinks that relaunching BSA is actually worthwhile. And I always felt like it was a project where they might pull the plug. I don't know. I feel like they might lose patience with it.
A one-trick pony. That was my concern with it. Are they going to bring this bike out and then just leave it at that? Because there's no whispers of anything different.
Yeah, and you know, have they really, is the dealer network good, or do you have to go a long way to get one?
It is very good. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Well, they've obviously focused on that, because that's really difficult to start from scratch with no dealers and you know, build up a network. So that's good that they've done that. So now what we need to see from them is, like, you know, follow-ups, because they were saying they were going to do a scrambler based on that engine, on that platform. So that, you know, it'd be nice to see something new coming, just to give people the confidence that this isn't a foot in the water, and then when they go, oh, we didn't make any money with that, we'll pull the plug, you know, and then you're left there with a bike that's got no support anymore. That would be terrible.
Exactly.
So hopefully they'll do something to give us confidence that they're going to stick around. But yeah, we're still waiting for them to be launched in Europe. I think that was scheduled for this year. sometime
And one
this
thing
year.
I'll
They're going
give
to do
them
the
their due
European one.
for as well is the warranty backup has been exceptionally good. I know a couple of people who've had them where the front headlight is smashed because it's the actual casing on it is too tight. It's just breaking the glass, and they've had it done pretty much instantly from the dealer, sorted out, job done, off they go again. So
Right.
they've got a lot right, but there's also
Mm.
for the longevity of the brand, they don't really seem to be getting out there too much to me. I think they still seem a bit in the dark ages, I would say. But we will see.
Yeah, Martin. Yeah, let's wait and see whether it's an upgrade, because like what the real key point for me is if once people in the UK get them and actually bother to run them in and put 2,000 miles on them, and then let's see if people are then saying, oh, it'll cruise at 70 miles an hour all day, then it is an upgrade. But if it doesn't do that, it doesn't seem to be much of an upgrade. It seems to be slightly more difficult to ride off road because of the power delivery. So yeah, I think if it does the motorway thing really well, then it's kind of justified its existence. But it still makes me sad that they've scrapped the 411, because it would have been cheaper for people. It would have been a cheaper option, and it's a known quantity. You know what you're getting with that. But I suppose probably they've got limited capacity. They had to shut down a line to build the new bike, so they can't. Something had to give, so they probably just decided to keep the Scram line going, shut down the Himalayan line, just put the new Himalayan line through where the old one used to be made. I imagine it's a capacity problem, because there's no real reason for them to scrap the old one. They could have sold two parallel. Like, how many KTM Adventures are there? There's about 6 of them, isn't there? You could have had 2 Himalayans, wouldn't have been a problem. One a cheaper one, simple one, single cylinder, air cooled, and the other one sort of a bit more posh. But yeah, I imagine it was a capacity issue, is why they shut the Himalayan 411 down.
Possibly.
I would imagine.
But then
Yeah.
if you think that the 411, I think is about 4.5 now, 4.6K over here, and you can get the 450 for, was it $6,000, isn't it? 5.9 or something like that. And you do get a lot more with the suspension and
but it's got nothing on it. That's the thing. Like the hand guards, the engine guards, the luggage racks, that's all money on top.
yeah.
I bought mine for €6,000 with the luggage, with everything, so it was ready to go off-road. If you buy a new Himalayan and you want to take it off-road, then you're going to probably buy the engine guards, the sump guard, the hand guards, probably some sort of luggage rack, so you can mount some sort of luggage on the thing. It starts to add up. It's going to be more expensive than the old 411 by the time you've added all of that, definitely.
Yeah. I still think it's a forward step, though, don't you? The 450, with a different engine. I know it's lost its tractable, the tractor engine as such from the 411, but I think overall, I think it's a nice looking bike, and I think it's going to bring in a new market. Because as I say, I'd buy a 450, but 411 probably not. And also the finish is better on it as well. I think it's going to attract a new market. I think.
With the 450, I'm in a wait and see mode. I definitely want to wait and see. It could be a great bike, but all we've got at the moment, the only feedback we're getting at the moment is from India, because it's available over there, and there are a few issues with it that give me cause for concern. So for me, I've got a wait and see attitude. I'm not saying it's going to be worse or bad or in any way, but there are noises coming out of India that give me reason to be a little bit suspicious. So we'll just wait and see how it turns out.
My only concern for it is the vibrations at the motorway speeds. Apart from that, I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of people won't be doing difficult off-road with them. That's the thing. I think a lot of people want a Himalayan for like a little bit of touring and a little bit of going down the odd lane that they encounter along the way, and they're not looking to climb up a mountain or something stupid like I do. That's probably a little bit more than most people want to do, that buy one. So yeah, it would be fine. But I also think maybe they would have been better served just biting the bullet and doing a 650 twin version, because that would have been an ADV bike. That would have been a bike to go anywhere. If they're going to bin off the simplicity of the 411 with its air-cooled engine, if they're going to bin that off, then bin it off for a twin that is tried and tested. It's going to do the motorway thing. I think that may have been a better choice, because now they've got a liquid cooled engine, which is a lot more complicated. There's more things to go wrong. They've got their ride by wire system, which could go wrong. So basically, you have no longer got the simplicity that the Himalayan was renowned for. So if you're going to do that anyway, and I think that was always their argument against a twin, that they thought that the market wouldn't want a twin, because people that do adventures, they like having a single, something that anyone can spanner on if it breaks down.
And it's lighter as well.
Nowhere. Yeah, but the new one, if you break down in some African village on the new one because the ride-by-wire's gone on the fritz, you ain't going anywhere. You know what I mean? No. So if that was their thinking, that nobody wants a twin for off-road, well, I think BMW might have something to say about that. Complexity. Well, hello, the 450 is not a simple bike; it's complicated. So
my Lanes Explorer is off, Gary.
Oh, are you? Yeah, my chat's not moving. Hang on, let me scroll up. Yep. Okay. Yep. Thanks, Peter. Nice to see you. So I kind of think I think, because the thing is, the 450 engine is a great idea, right? Because they're it's a platform. It's a new platform. They're going to do a range of bikes with a 450 liquid cooled, relatively high output 450 engine, single cylinder. Great. So it's a platform. Fine. But for the Himalayan, was it the right choice? Why couldn't they have just left the 411 and then done a 650 Himalayan? This 450 liquid cooled engine with less grunt. It's like, why? I don't know. It's more complicated.
Yeah, less slow down grunt. But for me, it's still a four. I think they've done the right thing. I think the 411 had kind of. I mean, they've been doing that since about 2018, haven't they? The 411. I think it was time to move on for me. But it's
yeah, definitely the 411. But but like I say, the 650 Himalayan, by all accounts, isn't coming. I don't know if it does come.
Yeah,
I can't
then
see
it's
it
the
coming.
weight then, and it's a parallel twin. It's going to get heavy off road if you drop it.
But all of those GS heroes, they don't worry about it, do they?
No.
There's lots of big twins that go off road. It's not really a problem.
No.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, definitely. I think for someone that's thinking about a bike for green laning and for going out on a Sunday, if you can get either a new old stock 411 now at a discounted rate, or pick one up on the used market because someone's upgraded. It's a great time, isn't it?
It's going to be a good buy, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And like I say, you won't stand to lose very much money if you decide you don't like it, like the off-road thing. Just flog it on and do something else.
That's something that the 411 done really well, is that it got people out exploring the lanes and doing adventures as well.
Yeah.
Thanks to Itchy Boots.
Yeah. Oh, right. So they might. So they're selling the BSA in France. So they might sell them in Spain, then, but they're certainly not selling them in this part of Spain at the moment. But yeah, maybe in Madrid or Barcelona, there's a BSA dealer. My dealer said they've sold 3,000 number of BSAs in France and the UK in a few months. There is a reason. You just mentioned it, not the bikes or dealers. Right. What was the reason? Don't think BSA have done enough to get. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. The notion. Sorry, Zed. You mean the notion that people think it might just be a put a toe in the water and see if it, chuck it in the water, see if it floats, and then once they decide they haven't made any money out of the BSA rebirth, they just pull the plug on it. I guess that's what you're saying. There's kind of like a lack of brand confidence moving forward that this is going to be something that's worth investing in. Yeah, I think a lot of people probably think that. They've obviously
Ken's got the right idea.
They got the dealers set up. And the bike's good enough, and they got the dealer network. But yeah, if people lack confidence around, it's exactly it's exactly the same thing the Chinese have to fight against, isn't it? You know, the Chinese brands. I'm sure some of their bikes are really great, but you don't want to invest. You don't want to invest $7,000 of your own money if you think that maybe in 2 years' time they'd have disappeared from the market. You know, and yeah, BSA, that would be a similar sort of deal, wouldn't it?
While you're on that, Gary, a perfect example of that is the Motor Marinis that I've had 2 of now, the STR and the oh god, what was it called? The red one, the adventure bike. Brilliant bikes, fast, quick, comfortable. They got everything going for them, and yet they've hardly got any dealers in the UK. So it just makes no sense. Why are they even bothering trying to get the press releases of them if no one can buy them? You know, it's just crazy. Yeah. And in a minute they'll be gone. You know, those bikes are getting older now. So
I mean, it's just like a sort of there's multiple aspects. I mean, you know, the spares support is always a worry, isn't it? You know, even if you think, well, they've been in the market for 5 years, some of these Chinese brands, they bring out the same bike in a new version every 6 months. So then the bike that you bought, they're going to have a limited amount of spares for that model, because then they've moved on to the new version of that model where some of the bits are going to be different. So, you know, so it's not only, first of all, you need a dealer network, then you need like confidence in the brand that they're going to stick around, and also that your model that you've just bought is going to be supported for the next, let's say, 10 years, you know. Up to 10 years. After that, they can do what they like. But if they're going to support me for 10 years, that's fine. I'd spend 6 or 7 grand with them. But if I don't have that confidence, I'd rather not do it, you know.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. Right. So, Steve, I've got one word for you. One word for you, right? And I want to talk about this now because it's been mentioned already. One word, and it is shotgun. No, not the worst type. Not the worst type of wedding. No, this is a shotgun wedding. Sorry.
All right. I had no idea what was going on then.
That's not a good wedding. A shotgun wedding is not a good wedding. Hang on. So yeah, no, I'm talking about this. Hang on a minute. So I've done some prep. You're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. I know how long it takes to set up these shows, so good on you.
Well, especially because I have to. Oh, by the way, you know your overlay thing that you were talking about, where I don't have to convert to PDF. That's a premium feature, and because I'm a tight ass, I've got the free version, so I can't do it. So I have to convert everything to PDF. That's the trouble. So yeah, hang on a minute. There we go. Hang on. Oh, hang on a minute. That's the wrong picture.
That's very good.
God. Sorry, Dave. I know you sent that to me for my own private personal use. Hang on, mate. Hang on.
That is a copyrighted picture, by the way. So if anyone wants to buy that picture, then how much, Gary? 10 quid? 10 euros?
At least. Yeah. Hang on a minute. No, I'm sorry, Dave. You know, I'm really embarrassed because I know this was sent in confidence, and yeah, no, it's true. Sorry, Dave. I'm quite gutted. Oh God,
he's got a very handsome face.
I know. I really need to tidy up my hard drive. I really need to sort this out. This is not good. It keeps on happening. It's like a recurring nightmare. Sorry, Dave. Do you know what, Dave? The thing is, I'm so gutted because now it's out there. It's on the internet, and you know what they say: once it's on the internet, it never goes away. So what we need to do, Dave. What we need to do now is get this off the internet sharpish. So I'm going to do that. I hope you can forgive me. I'm actually quite gutted. Hang on, I need a drink from the nurse.
I think it's too late. I think it's out there now.
I think we've got to get it off the internet. The thing is, Dave, If I take this off the internet now, the only people that will have seen this are the people in the chat, right? And it's not that many, and I can vouch for all of them. They're solid. They're not going to tell anyone, right? Your secret.
Well, you say they're solid, but Quinn's in there as well, so he can't be trusted. He'll be cutting it out and selling it, won't he?
Yeah. Well, it's not a tranny though, so he might not be interested. But anyway, hang on. Sorry, Dave. Let's get this. Oh God, I'm honestly, what am I like?
And you said to me, if I buy a Meteor, you're going to buy me a set of them, aren't you?
Oh, I don't know, because in the process of Dave sending me this picture, he did actually tell me how much his new get-up cost, and I did splutter a bit at the price. I've got to say. Hang on.
I was going to say it's going to put me off buying a Meteor anyway if I get something like that in the post.
Sorry, Dave. You know, I mean, in situations like this, it's like important that we get it off the internet as quickly as possible. So I'm going to.
I can see you're doing that.
Yeah,
I can see you're doing your best to get it off as quickly as you can.
Yeah, hang on a minute. Right, let's get it off. Come on, because this is going viral as we speak. Let's get it down. Let's get it.
That's going to be on front page news tomorrow, isn't it?
Steve, it's not working, mate. What am I doing wrong? Hang on. What am I doing wrong? Oh, there we go.
That's better.
Oh, sorry, Dave. All right, Dave. I hope you can forgive me.
It's all right, John. Don't worry about it.
Bit of a faux pas there.
Ooh.
The shotgun. This is what we're talking about. The shotgun, not the shotgun wedding, not that strange man in the leather, but the new Royal Enfield. Right. So, yes.
It's nice, isn't it?
It is. And I was looking at actually this picture in a zoomed in kind of a way. And when I see where the back of his backside is on the seat and where the foot control for the gear lever is, that riding position is pretty close to the Meteor 350.
It is.
And I got a sneaking suspicion that is going to be the big Meteor that some people are thinking that they would have liked to have had. Because the Super Meteor didn't really deliver because it had totally different ergonomics. Your feet were like right out the front.
Yeah. 45 degrees. Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh, hang on a minute, mate. I'm just destroyed, mate. I'm distraught that I've done that to Dave, you know.
God, yeah. Well,
I hope he's still talking to me after this.
I don't think he will be.
Gutted, mate. Destroyed, broken. Yeah, but anyway, yeah. So apparently, because the wheel sizes on this is where it's kind of a bit niche. It's kind of like a cruiser, and there is a difference in the wheel size. Now, let me get this right. This is an 18 front and a 19 rear. Is that right? No, sorry. 19.
I'd only say 17.
Yeah, no, it's a 19 front and an 18 rear, so it's got a slightly arse down. And
hang on, got that wrong. It's not a 19 front, 18 rear, is it?
Yeah.
The rear is bigger than the front, isn't it?
No, the rear is lower because it's a cruiser. It has to go like that. It's not supposed to go like that. No, it's a 1918, and Meteor 350 is a
1918.
1917. So it's got a 17 rear, not an 18. So the Meteor's a little bit more like that. So basically they've got a bigger front wheel on this. Is that right? Oh God!
No, I think that's bigger, isn't it?
Well, anyway, one of them's 1917. One's 19.
One of them's bigger than the other one.
Yeah. And so there's like an inch difference. So this got an inch less difference in the wheel sizes. So it is kind of more like a normal geometry kind of thing. So apparently it rides more like a sportier version of a motorcycle. But yeah, I think when I look at where his feet, where the footrest is and where the controls are, that does look suspiciously like a big Meteor to me.
It does actually. You're quite right.
And I'm thinking that could be just a ticket for people that, you know, were thinking that the Super Meteor was going to be like a big version of the Meteor. it's a different bike. It feels totally different because of the ergonomics. It doesn't feel like a Meteor at all to ride. But
Yeah.
this might actually. So I think this bike, although when it was announced, I thought that's a bit odd. Why bother doing that? But actually, yeah, it could be an option. So
I'm
so
just
is
looking
there
at the
any?
spec, Gary, and it's 18 front, 18 rear. It's saying.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't look like it. Well, maybe the website I was on today was wrong, because I did actually do some research, because I've prepared for this video. I'm not an amateur, you know.
No.
Um,
They must be wrong then.
yeah, well, it's funny actually, because initially when I watched a YouTube video, I got the impression that it had the two sized wheels the same, but then I went on the internet today to see what the difference was with the Meteor 350, and they were saying it was 1918 and the Meteor was 1917. So I don't know who to believe, but anyway.
No. I tell you what it is. I reckon the wheels are both 18, but the tires have got a bigger tire wall on the back or on the front. So if you look at the wheels, that does actually look both like 18s, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's what you do normally. Yeah, like you have more tire sidewall to make up for the difference in wheel sizes. Yeah. But yeah, I mean that looks pretty cool to me. I like that. And
yeah, it does look good.
And in case you were worried about pillion thingies, on the Royal Enfield website, they got a video, and then they do like an exploded diagram, and it starts out as a two-seater, and then the rear subframe with the pillion pad flies off and leaves it as a single-seater. So you can get a rear seat for it. So it's not.
But it doesn't look T-bolt on, does it? The rear seat?
No, it's fine. You've got like a little subframe, you know, on the shock mount or somewhere around there, like a black subframe, and it just goes across the top of the mudguard with the seat pad on the top of it, so it looks absolutely fine. Yeah. So that would be, I think so. Yeah, I should watch that with interest, because I think that could be a good upgrade path for Meteor 350 owners, possibly. You know, yeah. So I just thought I'd mention that. So
I'll be getting one of them at some point, no doubt.
With you, I was going to say, with your Royal Enfield contacts, are you on the list for one of these, to get one of these?
Yeah, I'm on the list. Yeah, for Himalayan and one of these. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. So, what do you lot in the chat think about the shotgun then? Because, like I say, initially I thought it was a bit pointless. But sorry, we're confusing I think we're confusing Blake with our wheel sizes and things. Yes, it's far too large and heavy for me, but like to see this, the shotgun, but I heard it's higher than the Super Meteor. Hang on, there we go. I'll put it on the screen for everyone. Yeah, obviously, probably a lot of you won't know, but Mark is actually indeed wee. Mark's got quite a short inside leg. He's even got a lowered seat for his Meteor 350. So yeah, anything that goes high might be a problem. Yeah.
That's relatively high. 7.9. Oh, William Brody saying it's 7.95 seat height for the shotgun. That's quite high for a cruiser, isn't it? Ish.
Well, that's
normally they're around 750, aren't they?
Yeah, I say that's as high as the Himalayan. Himalayan's 780. Sorry, the Himalayan's 80. Centimeters. So yeah, that's nearly as tall as the Himalayan. That would be tall.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
How did he manage that though? Look at it. I can't see how that's the case.
No, I can't either. It looks lower, doesn't it?
Yeah, unless that bloke's a giant. I mean, he's not. His arse is not that far above the top of the rear wheel, is it? I mean, I can't see how it could be that high. But anyway, Mark's saying he's hoping they have it at the motorcycle show in Scotland, because he might be interested. Yeah, because he ended up getting the Rebel 500 because he felt like there were certain situations where the Meteor 350 was a little bit weak, and so he was looking for something that was a bit bigger, but also low. And obviously the Rebel 500 is quite a good choice. That's a nice low bike.
It is very low. Yeah.
What's Blake saying? Yes, look at his leg, no muscle, and he looks short. 162 currently a foul. Yeah, Blake, hey, mate, same here. 4 kilos gained through illness. PMA, positive mental attitude. We're going to get it off. We're going to do it this year. We're going to do it. We're going to do it in the spring, even. Positive mental attitude. What's this?
Martin's saying it looks a bit sportsterish. I was thinking exactly the same, Martin.
It
Yeah,
does actually.
bloody...
It looks more like a Sportster than the Super Meteor did. And the Super Meteor was, a lot of people were saying that would do well in the States because it could be replaced the Sportster, which was discontinued. But that actually does with the single seat job. It looks the business, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and they remade the Sportster S with the Revolution Max engine, which is the pan-European it's got, which it's been a bit hit and miss on the reliability side. But at least you're going to get a reliability in theory with the Enfield, aren't you? And it's cheaper, a lot cheaper.
Yeah, Pete. If you go on the Royal Enfield website, there's like a video thing, and it starts off with the rear seat on it, and then they explode it off. So it's got like a rear subframe that goes on under the back of the seat that the pinion pad's on. So yeah, you can definitely have it as a 2-up, no problem.
Still need to sort these shocks out though, Gary, don't they?
Yeah, it's probably going to be a similar story, but again, just crank up the preload and see how you get on. And if that doesn't help, then yeah, obviously you'd be looking at some sort of an upgrade. But you can see how short the shocks are as well. It's always going to be an issue, you know. Yeah, I don't know. We shall see. But yeah, also look at the shock, push straight up his spine. If you follow a line up through the shock, right into the base of the spine. Lovely.
Yeah. It's a shame they don't bloody sort it out. I can see what they're up against because it's a low bike at the end of the day, isn't it? So it needs to be pretty tight, but tight and harsh is two different things.
Yeah, but I think all of these twin shock cruisers, you know, you have a problem because of the suspension travel or lack thereof. Is it Kawasaki? They do that one, don't they, with the monoshock thing?
The Vulcan, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that looks weird though, doesn't it? It doesn't look like a normal cruiser anymore. You know, it just looks. The
only bike I've ridden which they had it sussed was the Honda Rebel 1100. It was really, really good. Really, they chucked a lot of money at it, and they got that pretty spot on, really.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's a cracking looking bike. You know, if you can get away without carrying a pillion, I think that looks gorge. I do. I think that looks.
It does.
Lovely.
It does look good. Yeah. I'm not a cruiser guy, but I like that.
Yeah, and like I said, because of where the feet, I think the shift lever's here somewhere. It's where your feet are. It's much more reminiscent of the Meteor. The only thing actually that I would really, that could be a deal breaker for me, I would really like this bike with a heel toe shifter. You know, so it really does feel like the Meteor. If that had a heel toe shifter, I reckon what sat like he sat there, I think that could just feel like a big Meteor. I really do. But I suspect it's going to come with a standard shifter for us, but maybe there'll be a heel toe shifter available from India or somewhere. Honestly, I don't know. I think that is nice.
You do like it, don't you?
I do. And like I say, as much as the Super Meteor was a fine cruiser and a nice bike, it just felt completely different to sit on. You know, it didn't feel like a big Meteor. It just felt like a different bike. You know, and really, if I'm looking for anything, it's like a Meteor, but just a bit more capable. You know, so if that feels like a Meteor to sit on and ride, that could be it. I mean, that could be tempting. Yeah. But yeah, I think the comment, that it's like a Sportster. I mean, it really is. I mean, that's a really good shout. And apparently as well, it's going to be very customizable, which would be a good thing as well. You can make it your own, so that would be really, really interesting.
Yeah, doing a great job, aren't they? Still, they keep on bringing out these bikes, and they're still smashing it every time, aren't they?
Yeah,
great job.
Yeah. definitely. Mirrors, no backseat. Oh, hang on. Let's put it on the
I know in
screen.
the past I've moaned about I'd like to see a different engine platform, because we've had the 650 and the 350 for so long. Obviously, we've got the 450 now, so we'll see what happens there. But the 450 engine isn't going to suit a bike like that, though, is it? At the end of the day, so.
What's this? The MBPC 102.
Oh yes, yes. I think I know which one you mean. Yeah,
Is that some Chinese bike?
yeah. I think it is. Yeah, I think it is a Chinese one. Looks good. How long is it going to be on the market? And don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
So that's
not too
like another
confident about it.
that's like another Sportster-esque thing,
Yeah,
is it?
I think it's a V twin. I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
I think it's a
Yeah.
V twin. Yeah, 1000cc V twin, but it's a heck of a bike.
Yeah. Cornish Motorcycle Diaries. Yeah. Talking to mid-sized cruisers, and I've seen the BMW R12. I don't know if anyone's seen one, but actually, when I watched your video, I did actually think that that is actually quite a nice bike. Actually,
Beautiful.
I'm not a BMW fan, really, particularly, because I'm a bit of a inverted snob, I guess. I don't. I think people that
I'm a
buy
snob. I
BMW.
like BMWs.
Well, you do, but you're terrified to use it because you think it might get expensive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't afford to run one because I'd be like you, it'd ruin my enjoyment just the thought that it might break down and ruin me. So I would never get one, but I actually thought that was quite a good looking bike.
Beautiful to ride.
Yeah. What do you think?
What's it called? Blake brought up something earlier, and I don't know if have you ever heard of the Honda CB350 Highness?
Yeah,
Have you
yeah,
heard of that before?
that's an Indian market bike, isn't it?
Yeah,
Not available.
and
Not
also
available
they
here.
sell it in the US as well and a couple other
Right.
countries. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's not over. It's not in Europe, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. No. Quinn was saying that they're doing a sort of CB350 based ADV bike as well. So a CB350 based
Oh yeah,
ADV bike, but that'll almost certainly just be for the Asian markets. I don't think we'll get to see that, but that's aiming to take a bit of the Himalayan market.
yeah. It's a long way
Now,
off yet, I think, as well.
I'm not thinking of riding in flip flops. I actually really enjoy the heel toe shifter. I've got to say, I think it's so cool. It always puts a smile on my face using the heel toe
I'm a
shifter.
convert.
Yeah, it is. It's lovely. I love it.
Yeah.
So what's that? Oh, here we go. Yeah, thanks, Martin. I know you don't tend to do the live show, so I really appreciate you being here. And yeah, to be honest, maybe hanging out with you lot is good for my chest because it's actually feeling really good at the moment. I'm not feeling like there's anything there, and I'm not
You've
feeling
done
like
well.
coughing. Yeah, or it might be the Talisker, of course. It might also be that. So thank you, Martin. That was lovely. Yeah, that's true, actually. They did an Indian Scout in that sort of colour scheme, didn't they? That was a very beautiful bike. I really like that as well. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, definitely. So what have we got? Show a picture of the Moto Marini Cruiser. I haven't got one of those, Mark. Hang on, I'll put it on the screen for everyone. I haven't got, but don't talk to Steve about Moto Marini because he's just going to say, "Don't get it, don't do it." Nice bike, but where do you go from
It's
there?
the backup. Yeah, I think they're brilliant. But if you look at the dealer network in the UK, there's hardly any dots. But if you look on the dealer network in Europe, dots everywhere. They're massive in Europe, just not in the UK. My nearest dealer is 80 miles away. And to be honest, I wouldn't want to buy from them because they've got a bit of a reputation, as Cornish Motorcycle Diaries will tell you. So, yeah, no, it's such a shame. It's such a loss,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, to go to all the trouble of developing, manufacturing a nice bike, and then they can't manage to bring it to the people
yeah.
confidence.
And people are putting in orders, or the dealers are putting in orders, and then they're not being fulfilled. They're just resting on their laurels, to say the least.
What's the feeling towards Benelli? from your point of view?
My point of view, I think they're a good bet, actually. I think with any bike these days, including Royal Enfield, are going through a right stage of it. Parts are always difficult to get, whether it's a Honda, Royal Enfield, Benelli, they all seem to be in the same pot now. Whereas back in the, pre-COVID, let's say, if you wanted a part for a Honda, you could easily get it, and it's just not the case anymore.
Right.
Since Royal Enfield have lost MotoGP, the same thing. They can sell the bikes, but they can't sell the parts. It's just it's a right mess. So Benelli, yeah, I think they have a lot to offer. But again, it's that the whole parts situation, and it's a very competitive market now.
Yeah.
So who's going?
Stefan's going from Germany.
Oh, see you, Stefan.
Stefan, I met in the Brauhaus when I was over in Germany. He's one of my German viewers. So, Pete's off as well. He's just finished his second whiskey. Well, I'm just about to finish my third, I think. Anyway, you're a lightweight. Yeah, but that's all right, Pete.
Cheers, Pete.
And also, you've just had a couple of COVID jabs. So, definitely that's probably what it is. You're not a lightweight. It's the COVID that's doing it. Hang on, I just put it on screen. It's the COVID jabs that are doing it, Pete. I'm sure normally you could drink me under the table. But thank you for coming along, and good night to you. Yeah. So, I just got sidetracked there. I was just going to ask you something really exciting, and I've forgotten what it was.
I do that a lot as well.
Yeah. You should.
Certainly on live shows.
It's super. I've remembered now. But it's like super multitasking because you're trying to read and understand the chat, put the chat on the screen, talk to the. It's hard. It's hard. Anyway, no, I've remembered now. I somehow stumbled across today and discovered on the interwebs that we've got a CF Moto dealer in Almeria, right?
Right.
Have you any experience of CF Moto?
Yes. Yeah, I know a bit about them.
They're a big brand, aren't they? They are like proper big. They are not like a, short-term deal because
I think I might be dropping that on its head now.
Right.
CF Moto were big, and they were doing quite well. For the dealers, they were very good because the markup was very good on CF Moto bikes. CF Moto in the UK, I don't know what it's like where you are. I guess it's the same situation. Have now been taken over by KTM. We'll see where. I don't know if you're aware of that.
No.
So we'll see what happens there. But I do know people who had KTM, and I'll give you an example. One of the dealers got in contact with me and said, "Can you test ride this bike? It's a really good bike, got a Kawasaki engine, blah blah blah." And I don't know why, but something was telling me that I just didn't have any confidence in the brand.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I didn't now, because it's probably a really good bike, but again, it's gone to the wall. And funny enough, a chap who lives near me, he's got a 650 CF Moto, and he's had problems with it, and he's been waiting for a rectifier for 2 months. It took him to get a rectifier, and it was off the road all that time. And just today on my Facebook, he's popped up, and he's broken down on the dual carriageway. So,
right.
Okay, mind that we're pretty good. To be fair, they did say that we will take on the warranty work, even though it wasn't directly to do with them. But
I mean, it's understandable that he broke down because they've been taken over by KTM. They were probably quite good before.
Exactly.
It's a change of ownership that did for them. No, because I know that they are big. I mean, they got like a. Oh, that's why they're in Moto 3 then, isn't it? Because KTM have got a Moto 3 bike and they've just rebranded it CF Moto. Yeah, because they're in the MotoGP circuit.
Yeah. It's a mess. It's a total mess, all that side of things, really.
Yeah, but no, because I discovered this dealer. He's all brands. It's just brilliant. All brands. I mean, probably none of them good. He probably doesn't do any of them good, but he's got them all. And he's got this is the dealer that sent me the Triumph email saying I could go and look at the speed 400. Like, yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
That's not what I asked for,
Oh.
But he's a dealer for all sorts of marks, like oh God, at least 15, I'd say. His mechanics must have an absolute nightmare because he's like a dealer for 15 brands or something. I mean, how do how many courses do the mechanics have to go on to deal with that lot? Anyway, they got CF Motos in there, and I could not believe the prices.
No, they're very
Unreal.
good. Yeah.
Freaking hell. I mean, because like
highly spec'd. Yeah.
a lot of the Chinese brands are like cheaper than the established brands, but not by much. But they had things like 800cc bikes for like $6,000 or something in euros,
Yeah. Oh,
for
yeah.
the sort of money that you're paying for, like I paid for my Himalayan, or that you'd pay for a 400 Scrambler Triumph, $6,000.
Yeah.
It's like, what? It's a big bike. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But it's
I mean,
like
if they were any good, and if the dealer is any good, that's a good option. I mean, they've undercut Royal Enfield by a bloody mile. Jeez.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, there is a lot to be said for them, but unfortunately, it's their own fault that they don't follow through. They got everything going for them, and they got a good product to sell, but then they don't do their part of it, of the backup and everything else that goes with it. And quite often, like your dealer that sells lots of different brands, like what we've got over here with Benelli, quite often that comes from one distributor that sell many different brands of bike.
Yeah.
MotoGP is the big one over here. They just sell absolutely loads. But I would say that Benelli as a Chinese brand, I think are pretty damn good. They're reliable, highly spec'd, well priced, and the parts are pretty easy to get. The 125s go on forever. Yeah,
I saw
but
the Benelli 500 series. They got various bikes, haven't they, in the 500 class?
Yeah, good little engine. Yeah, TRK.
Yeah. So are they dealer wise? Are they good in the UK? Are you
Benelli,
access?
are under the MotoGP umbrella. Yeah, and
Oh,
they're generally pretty good.
Actually, though, I had a viewer. He had a Meteor, and then he ended up upgrading to the Benelli TRK, and he ended up selling it because he wanted some stupid part because he dropped it or something, and they
Okay.
couldn't get it.
Oh, right. Well, there you go. Yeah.
He ended up selling it because it was, I think it was like, multiple months waiting for this part. So in the end he gave up, but maybe that's improved. That was quite a while ago. That was a couple of years ago. But.
Yeah, I mean, some of the parts are sometimes better to get on AliExpress. Western Super Motor Vlog, I guess you know him, Gary. He had a TRK. He loved it. He thought it was brilliant. But because it's quite a big bike and it's 500cc, they are slightly underpowered. If you go out on the motorway 2-up, and he was fully loaded 2-up, and they kind of lose their appeal then. But very, very comfortable, great suspension, and it's a lot going for him. But yeah, it's the same thing, really. It's confidence, really.
Yeah, Cornish Motorcycle Diary saying that Benelli unfortunately uses the same dealer here as we use for Indian and BSA.
Yeah, which is the dealer I was talking about, which has got a reputation.
You're not happy about.
You need to tell me about that story, Cornish Motorcycle Diaries. I'm interested in knowing about that one.
Quinn, can you tell us how to enter the competition? Because people want to know. If you tell us how to do it, I'll put it up on the screen for you. Because Quinn Peaks Biker channel, he's got a competition there. There's stuff to win. You never get that on my channel. I won't give anything away. I'm too tight. But if you can put a comment down how people can go about it, I'll put it up on the screen for you, mate. No problem. What have we got going on now? James, what? You're still on your first whiskey or Classic 350? If you're still on your first whiskey, that's slacking. That's a bad performance. All right. So this is a question from Mark. He says, hang on, put it up. There's
yeah.
a Keyway Cruise 302. Are you
Yeah.
familiar with this? Do you have
Yeah, I
dealings with
am. Yeah,
Keyway?
I rode what was the brand I had? Hyosung, which shares some of the same parts. So I haven't ridden the 302 Keyway Mark, no. But I did ride the Hyosung. Again, it was a brilliant bike, but the backup wasn't there, and they've just faded off into the distance. So same situation, really. But it was a good, yeah. I preferred the 125 because that was the V twin 125. Very, very good for a 125. The 300 version was very jerky. The fueling was pretty ropey because it was using the 125 engine block with all the other parts of a 300. So it's a bit of a mishmash. But
I think
yeah,
that I think that's like that's really cute, isn't it? Well, a V twin
yeah.
125. That's lovely. That's
I
dinky.
tell you what, Gary, the power, you'd be surprised. It was
Mm,
pretty damn good. Yeah,
mm,
it really was. It's the most powerful 125 that I've ever ridden. It's a nice
mm.
ride, that.
Yeah. So Blake's like me, thinking, oh, you get a lot of bike for the money with that CF motor, and they are a global brand. I mean, they are a big, big company. I mean, obviously, if they're part of KTM, that might mean that the reliability's gone out the window all of a sudden. But
Mm.
no, I imagine actually, probably the hookup was because they were making KTMs. I would imagine because KTM outsources a lot of manufacturing, don't they, to Asia? So
No,
it's
the CF Moto, the 650, and I think the 800s as well was using the Kawasaki-based engine, the
no, no,
ER6.
no, no. But what I mean
Oh,
is
sorry.
CF Moto might have been manufacturing KTMs, as well as their own
Oh,
bikes.
okay.
So that there was some kind of relationship there where in the end KTM said, oh, actually, we'll just take you over and try and promote you in Europe where we've got an established market or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I think
Mm.
there's some crossover there.
Mm. Oh,
I
what's
think they were
this?
using Rotax engines on a couple of them.
William
But
says Benelli is too heavy and they use too much fuel and they're not that cheap.
yeah, they
Well,
are lumpy. The
are they?
TRK. Yeah, they're quite heavy. Yeah, they're
Mm.
top heavy because
Hmm.
you're paying less money, but they're using cheaper materials. I'm not saying bad materials, but they're
Mm.
using steel as opposed to aluminium or
And
whatever.
like
So it's
lead for the engine casings and things like
that's it. Yeah. If you pick it
from
up,
the
if you drop it,
from
you
the
have to
church
get the
roof.
AA.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
but they can get lead dirt cheap off the church roof, no problem.
Mm,
Yeah, so that's how they can make them so cheap. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So
here we go. Oh, there you go. I just flashed out briefly. I'll do it again. There we go. We don't want to get. So, is that the dealer that we're talking about? Don't know.
don't know. I
Don't
think
know.
it said something about AJP, didn't it? Or something.
Yeah, yeah, it did. It said something about AGP.
Oh,
I'm
there you
not in
go.
a.
Cornish Motorcycle Diaries
Yeah, I'm
and
not in a
AJP.
position.
I
I'm not in a.
suspect.
I'm
That's
not in a
all. Yeah.
position to pass comment. I have no idea, but it's just out there. You 3 or 2 know who it is, don't you? You know who it is. And that's all that
Mm-hmm.
matters. Yeah, and if anyone wants to know who it is, they can ask you.
No,
Yeah, right. Hang
no, I don't
on.
mind.
You have to review the Keyway V Cruise 125.
Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah. I've
Yeah,
only
that'd be good.
reviewed one Keyway and it was a little bit tacky, if I'm honest with you, but
Mm.
things have moved on from then. So yeah, I'd like to give it a go.
If you ever go on one of those, you might need to do that.
I
So
might need to. Yeah, that's it.
it's the right look, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. It would suit me, I think. Yeah.
This is a good question. See, I've got such cerebral subscribers and viewers. What a great question. When a company discontinues a bike, what are your thoughts to keep selling bike due to production parts decreasing, others wanting it later? Yeah, it is an issue. Here in Europe, there is an obligation to support the product for X number of years.
I think it's 5 years, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it was
I think.
something like, I think it was 7 once. It might have gone down to 5. I got burned by this because when I had my Royal Enfield Bullet 500, the weld where the carrier for the rear light and the number plate was attached to the rear mudguard. That whole thing fell off because of the vibrations. I had a lot of shitty welds, like the weld that held the chain guard on to the frame. That broke as well, and I ended up gluing that with some kind of putty or whatever. But anyway, so I ended up in a situation where I needed a new rear light assembly, like the whole thing. And so the bike was, it was probably only 7 years old at the time. And I went to the Royal Enfield websites and tried to get one, and Hitchcock's it was actually. And I said, yeah, it's like a 2004 model. I need like the rear light assembly because it's like snapped off. The weld's gone. I need the whole thing. Nah, it's not available. So that would have probably just been 7 or 8 years old when that happened. And so, yeah, that is a total pain in the ass, because then what we had to sort of bodge something out. We had to get a light, wire it in, and then find some way of attaching it, rear light, and then find some way of attaching it to the rear mudguard, drilling holes and, like agricultural.
Manufacturing something,
Yeah. So, yeah, I've been a victim of that. That sucks big time. And I think with these Chinese brands, that's going to suck often, because they they refresh their models so frequently. If you've got a model that they were only manufacturing for 6 months, how many of any certain part are they going to have on the shelf? You're going to very quickly run into the situation. You need a bit of body work, or you need something, and I go, no, we don't have it, not available, can't get one. End of,
But again, that's my from looking from the inside, that's my argument with the Benelli stuff. A couple of people have made some good points there, that they are quite thirsty on the fuel, and you're absolutely right, they are, compared to other bikes.
Why is that? Just because of the weight, or are they bad?
Mainly because of the weight. Yeah, I mean the TRK 500 is can't remember how heavy it is. I think it's T30, something like that. But it's a 500cc engine, so yeah, it needs that bit more. But my view on it, and like I said with the CF Moto thing, when I got the offer to do a bit with them, I don't know what it was. It's just something, it's unusual for me. I just thought, I don't want to get involved with this. I need to make sure it's a bit more established before I start saying it's a good bike, because I knew it was a good bike, but I didn't know enough about CF Moto. Oh God, I could go on deeper about this, but I'll tell you another brand is Zontes as well. Zontes are a very good brand. However, same situation. They don't have the backup. They don't, for some reason, they can't get hold of the bikes at the moment. And when I did try and work with them, they were, but you could just tell they were just being an absolute nightmare to deal with. And even when they went to the ABR festival, they had some test bikes, but you could only test it on a little patch of grass if you were going to buy one, which is I nearly swore then. Yeah. I got angry. I things like that, it really got angry, because I was already hacked off with the woman anyway, and then she told me that, and I thought, well, you can,
It's bad enough when you have to. It's bad enough when you have to sign the form. When you take out a demo bike, that you've got a certain liability for any damage or whatever. But so they're asking you to sign a purchase agreement basically before you.
Yeah, well, they were basically saying. Well, I said to him, I'd like to do a little video on it. I've got an interest in the brand, which I did. They are good bikes. And she said, well, are you going to buy one? And I said, well, I don't know yet. I haven't tried it, and probably not, no. But she said, well, we only go around on that little patch of grass over there. And I thought, oh, forget it. Yeah, just forget it. But again, good bikes, but the brand is totally unsupported. So what do you do? The question earlier about would you sell a bike which you think is going down the pluggo, such as the CF Moto brand? If it was my friend, where I know that he's had issues with it, I'd get rid as soon as possible. Cut your losses.
But if not, run it into the ground. you know, because you've committed to it. You've
Yeah,
blown
but
your
that
money.
running into the ground is what, I don't know, how long's he had it? 2 years? It's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much
sure.
already.
Sure, in that
Yeah,
case, but what I'm saying is I wouldn't sell a bike just because they no longer make that bike. As long as the bike has been reliable up to that point, and I'm
yeah,
not,
fine.
and I haven't
Yeah,
constantly been relying on dealer support. You know, it's been
yeah,
fine. I've just used, I'd run it into the ground because you're not going to get good money for it because everyone's, you know, no one's going to want to touch it. So you might as well
no.
just run it into the ground at that
But
point.
after that rectifier problem, waiting for 2 months with it in the garage, forget it. I'm out.
Mm,
Give me $1,000
mm,
for it if you want. I'm done with it.
mm.
I'm out of there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah,
stuff that.
Williams confirming he's got 5 liters for 100 kilometers. That's not good.
Mm,
My car uses less than that.
mm.
Yeah. So yeah, that's not good. Not good. So what did
Oh, that was the 300. I never tried the 300. Yeah,
mhm. Yeah, so the thirstiness seems to be a thing. So they're obviously very lardy. I thought Royal Enfield had lardy, uh, you know,
I don't think
sorted.
they're that lardy. The Super Meteor is a bit lardy, isn't it? But
But all of their bikes are kind of heavy for what they are.
yeah,
Basically, it's because the engines. They build their engines heavy, for
yeah,
whatever reason. But as
long
long as they,
strokers, aren't they?
yeah, and as long as they last well, I suppose you can deal with it.
Yeah.
Here we go. This is the reason for the question. I asked because I own a concourse this is big Kawasaki.
Hmm.
Been making it since 2013. Parts should be okay, but worried long term.
I think
Um,
you'll be all right, Blake. You'll be okay, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, Kawasaki, they don't muck about. They won't do the European minimum, which is what Royal Enfield did. I don't know if they still do, but I would imagine it's like you can get parts for like a 2000 Yamaha or whatever. You know, the Japanese, they seem to have like parts for forever, don't they? I
Donor
don't think.
bikes. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's a problem. Best of us. Oh, hang on, what's this? Mhm. Best advice I
Oh,
ever had
that's
on
what I was going to
500.
say.
Mm,
Um, one good thing with my BMW, my R850R, it's a 1998 model, but getting new parts for it is an absolute piece of cake. They're quite
mm,
reliable anyway. It's always something you have to tinker with a bit and mess around.
mm,
I've got a few annoyances with it, but I can get any part on that bike for a realistic price, cheaper than what you could get a Royal Enfield part for, except for example. There's
Hang
a
on, I'm
couple of
just
really
check.
good sites.
Quinn, you're posting comments and you're not telling me how to enter your competition. Yeah, you haven't told people how to enter your competition. So could you just post a comment with how to enter your competition? I'll put it up on screen for everybody to see because you're going on about something else now. Get a grip. Come on. We're professionals here. Yeah, so in
Well,
Blake's
you are.
position, yeah, no, we both are, mate. Yeah, in Blake's position, I think with Kawasaki, there's lots of old Kawasaki's on the road. I think there's support. Even if not direct dealer support, there'll be lots of specialists that have been hamstering parts for decades, so that you know you'll still be able to get some. Because at the time I bought my Bullet, to be fair, Royal Enfield was still very niche. You know, early 2000s, they didn't have a dealer network really. You know, it
Mm,
was very niche.
it
So
was, yeah.
there weren't people hamstering spare parts for the future. What have we got? It goes to the Himalayan parts should really. Can you believe that? The Himalayan's been out for donkey's years, hasn't it? Why have they only just got it in the US? Because this is
They
the
are
thing with
slow
the
getting to the US. Yeah.
yeah. This is, but I mean, bloody hell. But anyway, yeah, this is what I love about the Himalayan, right? Which is why another reason why I think it's a keeper. Because they've sold a shit ton of the 411, haven't they? It's been out a long time, and it's
Mm,
always sold really well. So, you know, I can really imagine like in 15 years, I'll still be able to get bits for a Himalayan, you know.
definitely. Yeah.
And if you've got an old beaten up off road workhorse, you know, the only thing that's going to mean that you have to get rid of it is if you can't get an important part. And I think that 411 is going to be supported for a long time because they've sold so many of them. I mean, in India, I mean, you know, I think about in terms of how many they've sold in Europe, which I know is a shit ton. But then there's like India, you know, they've sold so many in India as well. I mean, I don't think you'd ever have a problem getting parts, which is why I was really amazed that I couldn't get a rear light assembly for a Bullet. But obviously it was a Bullet of a certain year, you know, it was
exactly. It was prior 2000
different.
and yeah,
it was slightly different to the ones before and the ones after, you know, it was like a certain
I think
little
anything
window.
after 2016 is when you're safe with an Enfield.
Oh.
But again, at the moment, getting parts for Enfields in the UK, absolute nightmare. Total nightmare at the moment. The only brand which I would say I personally think is a safe bet. Kawasaki are good, but they are very, very expensive for parts. But the only brand which I could highly recommend is a Honda. Always readily available parts, very, you know, pretty good within a week normally. And they're bulletproof anyway, so can't go wrong.
Ah, right. Okay. It's funny you should say that.
Parts are good there. Fair enough. Yeah.
It's funny you should say that because Freddie Dobbs just put out a video. The Transalp that he's got on loan from Honda wouldn't start. The battery was at 10 volts or something, and he'd just done a massive trip, and it had only been stood 4 days after a massive trip, and the battery had 10 volts.
I think he had the Transalp that I had. He had the same one, I think.
Right. So basically, you parked it up all night with the lights on. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Just to get
Dobbsy's having it. I'll turn the lights on then.
Yeah, because he keeps nicking my Ruby. You thought I'll get him. No, but he said I think this is the first test bike that I've ever had that's had an issue ever, and it's a Honda. He actually said that. He said, and it's Honda. Anyway, he charged the battery up, but it's funny. You got to watch the video because bless him. He doesn't like spannering bikes, right? You know, and he took the battery off to charge it up overnight, which is it's a good starting point. You know, definitely do that. You know, but anyway, then it cuts to like later that day, later at night, he's fitting the battery and he's in a bad mood. He says he's in a bad mood, and apparently the screw that screws into the sort of semi-captive nut on the other side of the battery terminal. He's dropped the screw and it's gone down inside the battery box. And he hasn't got like a magnetic doobry to like get it out. And you could, and he's like leaning the bike over like this, going like this, trying to get this.
Yeah.
He says, I can see it, but I can't get it. So anyway, he gives up and he says, right, I don't know. I'm in a bad mood. I'm screwed now.
That comes sellotape.
I can't put the battery back on. I don't know if you can get screws for battery terminal. It's just a bloody screw. You can get any kind of machine screw, whatever, you know, as long as it's the right size, the right diameter, it'll be fine. You can get them anywhere. He said, I probably, you know, I might have to take the other one and go to B&Q and see if I can get one, you know. So he says that's for tomorrow. Anyway, turns out he's got a bloke that lives in the same apartment building who had a Harley, and he took his old battery off and he's got the battery with the screws in it. And he's turned up and he said, right, hopefully these screws will fit. So he's taken one of the screws out of this old Harley battery and it fitted. So they got the battery reattached. And then it started, you know, because the battery had like 12 volts or whatever. 13, 12 and a half, something like that. He got it started again. But I just thought, oh dear, you know. But he did say, to his credit, this is why I don't like spannering bikes, because
you can't do it.
I can't do it, you know, and I don't like doing it and whatever. But anyway, he got it sorted. He got it started again. But it's a lovely video, actually. It's because he's charming. I mean, he admits that, you know, that he has his limitations, and but I just thought it's quite funny because it's like a motorcycle vlogger who's not a small vlogger, and all he had to do was take the battery off, charge it up, put it back on. no, didn't work.
Yeah, I tell you what. Yeah, it's funny. That Trans out, what a bike that is! Absolutely incredible. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
watch
one
a
of the
lot of
best bikes that I've ever ridden.
I've
Honestly,
been
it really
watching
is.
Ice Diddy quite a lot, and every time he goes on there, I just think, oh God, that is my dream, almost my dream bike. But like I said to you, we've mentioned that before, haven't we? That in theory it would do everything, but I don't think a bike that costs that much money, I don't think I'd take it down the trails that I'm going to take Norman down, because
Yeah, I know
for
what you
me
mean.
it'd be a precious object. I mean, if I dropped that, I would be absolutely gutted.
Yeah, I
It's
think
just
it's one
too
of
much
them where
bike.
you have to be a bit of a cavalier, to
Yeah,
think that I've got a brand new bike. I want to put scratches in it to make sure it looks used. And yeah, some people wouldn't, and I think I probably wouldn't either. Yeah, but
yeah,
off road, I thought it was amazing as well. It's a little bit jumpy, it's a little bit racy. The engine's a little bit fast for that. It's not a low down
mm,
torque machine, but
mm,
absolutely incredible bike to ride. Beautiful machine.
yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah. I think the only the only way that the Transalp would
That's the
work for
first
me,
cough, Gary.
yeah,
Hey,
kicking it. The only way
done
the
well.
Transalp would work for me was if I bought one with the intention of keeping it for 10 years, right?
Yeah,
Because then if you drop it, you go, well, I don't care, because I'm not worried about resale value, because I'm going to run it into
yeah,
the ground anyway. So then you can drop it, pick it up, drop it, pick it up. So as long as you've
yeah,
got this long-term plan to keep the bike. But if you're sort of undecided and you're thinking, oh, I might not get on with it and I might want to sell it in 2 years and get something else, then obviously you don't want to
yeah.
start throwing it at the scenery. So, I
I
think
think
the
when
only
you're
way.
paying that money, though, I think you're going to buy it and then think, I'm going to keep this for a while. In theory, aren't you? I guess.
Well, it
For
depends.
most.
Like,
But
I think if you bought it as a road bike, maybe not. You just think, oh, ride it for a couple of years and sell it. But for me, it would be a do everything bike. It'd do the
yeah,
road thing, and I'd have to be able to go up a mountainside on it. So like in the first 2 years, would I have the balls to take it up a mountainside? I don't know.
yeah,
The only way I could have the balls is if I said, no, I don't care if I drop it, because I'm going to have it, till it breaks. I'm not, 10, 12 years, whatever. I'm just going to ride the shit out of it. Then you can justify the expense. Yeah.
yeah,
But for me, I'm thinking, oh, I don't know. You'd have to commit to it for a long term. I would. I mean, obviously, if you've
yeah,
got more money than I have, you could just buy it on a whim and try it out and drop it and get annoyed and then sell it or whatever.
yeah.
But
You know
for
what I'm
me,
gutted
I'd have to
about,
commit to
Gary?
it.
I haven't I haven't edited any of my trans out videos yet, and I need to get on it really, because I just need to get on it. Anyway, I went off road on it, or semi off road on it, and I put the microphone in my helmet, and I was being filmed by another bike. And when I got back home, I put it all on the computer, and the distortion on the audio is absolutely horrendous, because I didn't turn down the dB level on it. And so the actual video is fantastic, but I've absolutely ruined it because of the audio. So yeah, it's just one of those gutting things, when you're doing YouTube, it happens, doesn't it?
Mm. Mm.
But
This is
yeah, it's the
interesting.
CL 500, by the way. Yeah, you
What's
ever
that?
asked that
CO
question?
500? What was that? CO
Yeah,
500?
behind me.
Oh, right. Yeah. With that slightly weird exhaust. Yeah.
A bit
Um,
clumpy. Yeah,
yeah. It's like only a mother could love. Yeah. William's got a good, interesting one. That surprises me. An R1000 from 2006. Can't get parts
I'm going to
for
have
it.
to go to the lavatory.
All right.
See you in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. That surprises me, because I got a GSX R750 track bike, and I don't have problems getting parts for that. That's a bit weird. Strange. I know that the GSX R750's got quite a few common parts with the 600. maybe parts supply for the 600 is better than for the 1,000. I could imagine that. They might not have sold as many thousands, but yeah, that's interesting, William. Interesting. Right, so Quinn has finally come up with... Oh, hang on. I'll just put this up first, because this is interesting, and this is something I wanted to ask on the channel as well. The J-Series engine, I mean, you know, all of us that have got one, we absolutely love it, and it's a great engine. And the year it came out, it should have been engine of the year, in my opinion, but probably it's not glamorous enough because it's not a multi-cylinder engine, but it's a fantastic engine. And the only question that I have is, what is the longevity like? So at some point, I'm going to see if we can find a person that's put the most miles on the J-Series engine so far. It certainly won't be me, but Mark is saying that 12,000 miles, so that's a fair amount on a classic 350. Yeah. So that's good. If any of you, I don't know any of you in the chat, if you know someone that's got a J-Series powered bike, whether that's a Hunter, a Meteor, or a Classic, yeah, I'd be really interested to know what sort of mileage we can expect out of these engines. I'm thinking, because it's a low revving engine, you know, with modern oils, I think they probably go on for a long time. But yeah, that's an issue for a future video, is what is the longevity of the J-Series engine like? So if we can start to collect some data on that, I'd be interested to hear. So if any of you know of anyone that's got a J-Series powered bike, that's got big miles on it, yeah, if you could let me know.
Shit, I left that on. Sorry, I didn't. That's what I thought. I turned it off then, but I didn't.
No. That's all right. You're getting a beer. That's what kids are for. No problem. Yeah. The longevity of this has come up on the screen at the moment. I love the J-Series engine. It's a fantastic engine.
Absolutely.
Great development by Royal Enfield. So characterful, and with a different exhaust on it. You know, on each model, it comes out with a different sound, and it's just a fantastic engine. Love it.
Yeah.
And the only thing we don't know yet, because it's relatively new, is, you know, what the longevity is like. And so
12,500 miles.
Yeah, in the future, I want to try and find out who anyone in the chat or anyone who knows someone that's got one.
No, can you get me one of them? You got me the wrong beer.
I know, I'm evil. I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah, anyone. So yeah, I mean, I'm really interested. I think we all are, you know, longevity of J-Series engines. So I'm sort of on, I got a little quest in the back of my mind to find the highest mileage J-Series engine, because I want to know how they do over time.
I'd like to know that.
Yeah. But I think, you know, they rev like 3,000 to 4,000 most of their lives.
Yeah,
I can't see them wearing out. If you change the oil regularly, I can't see them wearing out very quickly.
No.
Right. So now Quinn. Thank you, Quinn, has finally told us about his competition for a chance to win 3 free valets and a gold card with Supreme Coat. Lots of discounts. And goodies. Right. So presumably you have to go to Steve's channel. And no, not Steve's channel, Quinn's channel. Is that right, Quinn? So you can get people in here. So, right. Quinn, I'm still struggling. How do people get to win something? Do they have to, which video? I don't know. Can you
finally? Can we say that? Do you want to say hello?
Oh, say hello. Who want to say hello to?
Is mini it's my bit lower.
Is that the meaty? Is that the meaty? Right? Is that the meaty fan?
No, you're not so much a meaty fan, were you? No, that's the middle one. That's a 14-year-old. Do you look at Dad there? Cool. Look.
Yeah, looking as mum as usual.
What did he get?
There you go. Sorted.
He runs around like that all the time. Yeah.
Just bro.
Thanks, mate. Cheers, mate. Lovely. And you bought a beer, which is the main thing. Yeah. Thanks, Tobe. Yeah. Right. So Quinn. So yeah, somewhere on Quinn's channel you can win something, but I'm not quite sure how that works, but you'll probably find it. Just go to quinnpeaksbiker.youtube.uk and you'll find it probably.
Yeah, it's what you have to do. I believe what you have to do is send in your calamity story. So if you had a calamity on the bike, Calamity Quinn, you have to send in your calamity, and
Right.
the biggest calamity wins. Which I've had a few.
That sounds like a plan. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. All right. There's lots of people praising Freddie Dobbs' mechanical ability. Yes. I like him.
What ability?
I like him. I think I don't know. He's different, isn't he? He's like his videos are different to everybody else's, and I don't know. He's like I don't know.
It's posh like me.
He's a bit sort of. He's like the motor vlogging equivalent of Tim Nice. No, I take that back. Yeah, bloody nice bloke. No, I really like him. You know, he's a good guy. Yeah. And I actually do quite a good impression of Freddie, which I might include in a future video.
Come on, Gary.
No.
You said it now. Come on.
No.
I've done the chaps.
No, it has to be done in context, like with the scenery and the.
Well, there is a context. You just
you have to have the scenery and the bike, and then me, in front of the camera, the full thing. No, I might give that a go at some point. But
I tell you, the funny thing is, I've actually done one myself with the DAX. I don't know if you saw that recent video that I done with the bloopers, but I done exactly the same thing. I done an impression of him. Yeah, so it's
awesome. Yeah,
I got rid of that video.
Oh no, but I don't know. Yeah, he doesn't know a lot about older bikes. I think we've ascertained, and he's not a mechanic, but then neither am I, to be honest. And I don't think you need to be a mechanic. I mean, if you like motorcycles, you're all right with me. I don't care.
Yeah,
I mean,
you only learn by doing it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I understand a lot about how things work and so on. So I could spanner my own bikes, but at the end of the day, I don't have a lot of time. So I've got bikes. I would rather ride than spanner the bloody things. I could probably, once my Meteor's out of warranty, do the valves myself, but I'd need to buy a couple of special tools to do it. And then, at the end of the day, I'd spend probably a couple of hours every year or so doing the valves. And to be honest, I'd rather just drop it off at the dealer and let them do it, because as long as I have the impression that they do a good job, which, with the valves, they've done the valves multiple times on multiple bikes to my satisfaction. Yeah, I don't know. If I was retired, I'd probably do everything myself. If I had all the time in the world and it was a hobby for me, yeah. But, I get so little time to ride as it is. I don't want to be doing everything myself, So, I don't know. Like I say, I wouldn't criticize someone for not having a huge historical knowledge of motorcycles or not getting their hands dirty themselves. He clearly enjoys motorcycles, and he does make some nice cinematic videos. So I'd have a drink with Freddie. I'd have a drink with him. He's all right. You know what you're getting with Freddie. You know what he's like, and he knows it too, and it's all good.
Check your phone, Gary.
Yeah, Quince.
I think Quinn sent you his email address, but he can't write it on here because the comments will filter it out.
Sorry, I've gone.
Oh, right. Do you want me to read out his email?
Everything's gone dark. Are you still hearing me?
Yeah, still hearing you, but you're not. You're jumping around a bit. I'll take over for a minute, Gary. Right, Quinn Peak Spiker, if you've had a calamity on your bike, then you can enter his competition, which is free to enter. And Gary's gone. Look. And his email is quinnpeakspiker@gmail.com. I've got no way of showing you that. So let me spell it out to you. That's QUINNPE.
I am back.
Hello, Gary. PEAKS. So that's Quinn Peaks biker, all one word, at gmail.com. Free to
Oh, here we
enter.
go.
So just enter
Right,
that in
sorry.
and off you go. That's all right, mate.
Yeah, so
You're
I have
back
a
again
little-
now.
Yeah, I have my internet disappear on me. Right, so yeah, no, I'd say I like Freddie. I mean, because he's like, you know what you get with him, and he's a good lad, you know.
Yeah.
And he drinks a lot of Starbucks, which is weird, but anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, he likes his coffee stops, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
So if you want to do,
really,
if you want to do a Freddie
I don't
Dobbs
really watch
spoof,
him, but
no, if you want to do a Freddie Dobbs spoof, you just go to Starbucks quite a lot. It's all good.
yeah. Yeah. Oh.
I've lost video currently, but I've got audio, so I'll just carry on.
Yeah.
Right, so you can.
You're a little bit in and out,
so
Gary, I
Queen
must admit. Yeah, it looks like Gary's in and out. Can you guys in the side chat? Oh, you're back again.
Yeah. Don't know what's going on. Yeah. Quinn's saying you can get people in here to make parts, but when I had my bullet, it wasn't really an option. Surprised he hasn't come down. Oh, bless him. Yeah, I don't know. He's nice. And Ruby visits him as well, so that's good. Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, 25 miles away, Blake. That's brilliant. Yeah, that's right next door practically. Awesome.
Oh, great news.
Yeah, mine's about 70 miles, my nearest one, where I get my bikes.
They're definitely rolling it out, aren't they, Royal Enfield?
Oh, Ken. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's still, maybe he's an acquired taste. I don't know. But I don't know. He's got certain.
I think he's talking about me, isn't he?
No. Well,
He's
I'm here
top
for the
bloke, Ken.
I'm here for the
Lot of time
chat.
for him.
I'd go for a drink with him.
Yeah, he's good. Top bloke.
More whiskey for you. Good man. Keep it up. Yeah, we're still going. We're hanging on in there. Access to the battery is shit. I'll tell you what, though. That's shit on both the Himalayan and the Meteor. On the Meteor, you have to like pull it out, don't you? It's a bit of a faff. And on the Himalayan, if you take the seat off, in theory, you can get it about 2/3 of the battery. So it's a bit of a faff to actually take it off. There's always stuff in the way.
Bloody nightmare.
Yeah. Saddlebags does the valves himself, doesn't he? Because he's an enthusiast. Yeah.
Well, what's to save a few quid? I think that's more than the case.
That was the CL500. Right, hang on. I'm way behind in the chat. Bloody hell. Stop talking, you lot. Hang on. Hang on. Right, hang on. There's lots of Freddie stuff here. Let's throw that into the mix. I think, Mike saying lots of people in India. Yeah, I've got some Indian viewers. I need to really put it out there and find out who's got the most miles. That would really be of interest.
I've heard of one that's got about 30 on it, I think. 30,000 miles on it.
That's not bad, is it? You wouldn't complain if that needed a rebore and an oversized piston. You wouldn't really complain at 30,000. That's fine. As long as they haven't got crank issues or anything like major, if it's just wear and tear, like if you need a rebore and an oversized piston, that's probably on a Royal Enfield single, that's probably about 100 quid's worth.
Yeah. The parts are very well priced, aren't they? Almost. While we're on servicing, actually, I just want to add that again, going back to Honda again. Sorry to keep on boring you with Honda, but for example, my NC750 doing the valves, because it's a horizontally opposed engine, the cam cover's there. Take the cam cover off, and it's all there. Same with the oil, easy to get to. What's the other thing? The only thing that's difficult is the air filter. But you don't really need to do that anyway. So, but a lot of bikes, Kawasaki's are a bloody nightmare to service. I think, from what I hear.
Oh, I tell you what, my GSX-R 750. the valve adjustment on that, which I think, yeah, exactly. Hey, that's another thing. The Himalayan 450 valve adjustment is with shims. I mean, it's all right because you've only got one cylinder, but on the GSXR 750, its valve adjustment is via shims. So you have to actually pack out the play with different size shims on each valve on four cylinders. So that's like 16 valves that need shimming, and they've all got different.
That's called a deal breaker.
I tell you what, I wouldn't fancy that job. I mean, fortunately, I never did it on my bike, but I tell you what, if you took your GSXR to a Suzuki dealer for a valve adjustment, you're probably looking at a fair few quid, I would imagine.
Yeah.
I think it was Blake's giving stuff away. Blake's giving stuff away. Dice trays for my logo. Awesome. Because he's an awesome artist, isn't he, Blake? Not only his videos, but his art as well. He's a top artist.
He's a clever bloke. Yeah.
He's done skateboards and surfboards and all sorts of cool stuff. But just get back to this. Can I do the Freddy walk? Yeah, no, I don't think so, because I don't have that length in the leg, to do the full. Yeah, because you need like a long leg to do the Freddy walk. I think I don't think I can do that, but I can probably do a reasonable spoof Freddie Dobbs video. If I ever get creative, I'll do a spoof Freddie Dobbs video on my channel where I do it in the style of Freddie Dobbs from beginning to end. That would be cool. So Blake's got giveaways coming up, so we look forward to that. Blake,
the first thing I thought of when you said that, I thought, is he going to be giving away some tobacco? And I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. If I start smoking again, I will be very happy with myself.
Well, Blake's given me and Blake, we're on the he's helping me out with my pipe choices at the moment, and
is he?
I've decided that as soon as my chest is clear, I don't want to do it at the moment, but as soon as my chest is clear, I'm going to dig my pipe out and get a nice tobacco and start playing a bit with my pipe again, because I'm a man of a certain age. I mean, I also smoke the odd cigar, but obviously not at the moment. But yeah, it's not for me. It's relaxation. I'm not addicted to nicotine in any way whatsoever. I can smoke a cigar.
I would be again.
No, I've never had that. I've never smoked cigarettes, so I can smoke a pipe, I can smoke a cigar, and it's just a thing you do. It's got no, it's not an effect that I need. Just something that you can do, and but puffing on the pipe's good, and also leaves the house smelling quite nice if you get the right tobacco.
My missus would be pissed right off.
But you see, you're in your project house most of the time, so you could do it there. You could go.
That's true. Yeah.
It's not your problem. You can do it in that house.
Yeah, true.
Right. What's going on in the comments? Peace by just
another thing as well. Some of the guys, one of the Milton Keynes guys, they had to change their plugs on their GTR 1400 or the Concourse, which is what Blake has got, and it was a 4 or 5 hour job just to change the plugs. What a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, if they've got shim adjustment as well, which they might not, they might have like tappets or something. But if they're shim,
I think it is shim.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But that was just the spark plugs, by the way, not shims, not cams or anything.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just change because they get into the plugs is the problem.
Yeah, no, you're welcome, Quinn. So hopefully, lots of people go over to Quinn Peaks Biker and go and win something, because otherwise, it's going to be quite easy for someone to win. If it's not enough entrants, it would be a bit easy. Yeah. That's what she said.
And that's a full ceramic coating by, sorry, Quinn. I've just forgotten the name now. By a company up in Derby, anyway.
Supreme Coat. Supreme Coat.
That's it. Supreme Coat. That's the one.
Yeah.
It's good idea. I think whoever gets it, it's a good idea. Too far for me, but
there you go, Mark. That's it. Yeah, you're in the short ass club. Well done, mate. Yeah, exactly. I can't do the long-legged thing. So that means I can't do the old man and Darcy thing either. I can't do the thumbnail with my thumb in the loop of my jeans belt loop, and then one of my legs at a jaunty angle. I can't do that because my legs aren't long enough. I can't do that one either.
I hear that they're nice people, actually. The Darcy and the old man. Apparently, they're decent, real people. Because some of the YouTubers are actually not so nice or idiots,
Really?
but apparently, Darcy and the old man, decent people. Decent people.
Awesome. So can you entertain the public for a moment while I go to the little boys' room? Is that all right?
God, you caught me off guard then.
Hang
I'm
on.
normally ready to go, but
there you go. I'll just put...
no,
Sorry, Dave. Sorry, Dave. In situations like this, I've heard the most important thing is to get it offline as quickly as possible, so that as few people as possible. Because once it's on the internet, it's there forever. I appreciate that, but let's get it off for you, mate. Hang on.
Well,
let's
just. Yeah, it took about 10 minutes last time to get it off, didn't it? It's still there, and it's come back again.
I'm clicking like mad, mate, and it's not going away. You just carry on.
It's like my worst nightmare.
I think it's. I'll tell you what. I spent far too long doing that, and towards the end of it, I actually started thinking that. Hang on, let me get in front of the camera. Yeah, I spent far too long doing that, and towards the end, I was kind of transfixed by the image.
It does seem to be going quite slow, doesn't it? It does seem to be staying on there for quite some time. It seems to be dragging out for some reason, doesn't it? Which is strange.
I don't know who this mysterious Dave is, but obviously he's quite buff. He goes to the gym a lot.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Very handsome face.
Dave, I've seen lots of things about YouTube. People having their reputation, and the important thing is you have to get it offline quickly. So, right, I'll just go to the toilet now, and I'll be back in a
minute. Good old Gary. He's always up for a laugh, isn't he? Right, give me something to talk about, guys, in the side chat. Cornish Motorcycle Diaries. Some YouTubers are Ponzi twats. Yeah. So true, honestly. Some of the people that I've met that are just trying to put you down in the early days, but there's more good ones than bad ones, and I've made a lot of friends, including many of you in the side chat here over the years. I do consider you my friends. I may never meet you. Blake, he's in America, but I still consider him a friend, and yeah, Quinn, classic example. Cornish Motorcycle Diary says, don't leave your mic on the air. Be like Naked Gun. You know what? I really miss some of the old-fashioned entertainment. I've been recently watching some of the reruns of, what's it called? Beatles About. It's real proper entertainment back in the day. And nowadays, it's just nothing on, is it? It's all cheesy load of crap. But, there you go, Blake. Thank you. What is my next bike in the stable? Was that as a loaner, Blake? It's going to be a Royal Enfield, possibly the Himalayan. That's on the cards at the moment. I'm down for one. I haven't really asked or been in contact with anyone else because all the press agencies tend to go a bit quiet this time of year. So, so I don't bother myself because I've got problems myself at the moment trying to get enough work in to pay the bills because it's just really rubbish times out there at the moment. It's really quiet. Next bike to review. At the moment, story about a dogger is winning. Is that your competition, Quinn? A story about a dogger who must have been on the bike. So, yeah, the mind boggles on that one. TV is trash. Yes, you're absolutely right. Please enter the draw. Quinn's saying it quite right. He's really trying hard to sell this competition because it is really difficult. The only thing is, as we'll say, I've said to Quinn already, is that the actual place is in Derby, so it is quite a long way away from most of us. It's not worth me entering for that reason, but if you're near Derby or can make it over, it will sort your bike out and it will look epic for 2 years. The ceramic coat lasts for, so it's really good.
So there you go. That's definitely worth winning.
You accidentally left it up.
Oh, bloody hell, Dave. Because, in a situation like this, it's really important to get it offline as quickly as possible. So,
Absolutely,
So, sorry, Dave. I've done it again. Sorry, mate. Right, there we go.
Blake, you make a good point there. Yeah, I've saw one of your videos where you said you don't watch TV. Totally makes sense, mate, because it's all absolute bollocks, isn't it? So, yeah.
What's bollocks? Sorry, I was reading. What was
just TV these days. I was saying I've been watching some of the old Beatles about and stuff. Absolutely hilarious.
I mean, literally. I mean, it started with when I came out to Spain. I couldn't get any TV that I could understand because initially I couldn't speak much Spanish, and Spanish TV is really bad. But yeah, once the whole internet thing really kicked in, all I watch is YouTube, to be honest. And if I've got any time beyond that, Netflix or Amazon Prime or something. But I literally, I haven't even got an antenna now. I haven't got an aerial. I've just taken it down because everything I watch now is from the internet in one form or another. But 90% is YouTube, really. There's just so much stuff, and quite often, when I've got a new hobby, I want to learn all about it, whatever it is, and then you find everything on YouTube about anything. If you want to learn something, like you with your building works, you can learn how to renovate a house just by watching your excellent Exmouth Biker channel. It's and I always have like new hobbies because like I had FPV drones, and then I got into 3D printing. So I've always got like new hobbies, and then there's always so much to learn. So before you buy something, you have to kind of know what to buy and how it all works and what you need and blah blah. So basically, between the moto vlog community that I watch, there's so many things I've learned from watching YouTube. You can learn anything you want to know, you can learn on YouTube. So I don't need bloody TV. So I haven't got an aerial. I've got nothing. It's just all
YouTube is
internet.
the world's second biggest search engine after Google. So
I mean,
a big thing.
The trouble is when the internet goes down, I'm absolutely screwed. Then I'm bored shitless because there's nothing to watch. But
that doesn't happen a lot, though, does it? Or is it different? I mean, never happens here, really. Maybe an hour.
It used to happen. It used to happen a lot when I had a wired connection. But then I switched to I got a SIM card. I got a SIM card router and a SIM card. So basically now I'm on Vodafone for internet, but like mobile internet.
Oh, really?
So I got a router that you put a SIM card in, and the Vodafone mobile network, rarely goes down, or if it goes down, it's not for very long. So basically, the internet's there. But like what happened earlier with the cutout, that's probably like an IP address change. They usually try and refresh your IP address, so then it all kind of resets, and so you go offline for a while. But anyway, good times. So where are we? I have a new pipe, but despite I haven't lit it yet. Oh, Stephen Woodman Dix. Hello, Stephen. Norfolk Thunderbolt. I didn't see you come in. Yep. So there you go. Blake's the pipe man. He can give you all the skinny. Anyway, Blake, I did ask in a comment, what are these mesh filters for? Because I've never had a pipe that came with mesh filters. What do you use them for? Because I only know the inline filters, like the charcoal filters. What are the mesh filters for? If you could elaborate on that, because that's something for all of us pipe nerds. I'd be quite intrigued to know what they're about, but I've never needed them. The Blue Oyster Stream. That's Dave's Blue Oyster bar costume. Yeah, I've missed too many. I'll catch up on the chat later. Anyway, yeah, blah 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 blah. That's why I have to go.
Still 17 watching. That's good going, isn't it?
They must. They need to get a life, really, don't they? Let's be honest. But anyway, yeah, that's what college.
If I wasn't here, you'd probably double that.
I'll tell you what, it's doing all right. You know, that was new when we started. You know, it's doing all right.
Yeah. I'll be on the floor by now, mate, if I drunk that.
Yeah, but it's training, mate. Practice makes perfect.
Mm.
Oh, right. Blake's got the same. He's got a cellular connection. Yeah, it's a really, I'll tell you what, people need to have a look, because I know most people, if there's a wire going into their house, which is the problem, I don't have many options where I live with regard to wired connections. But I mean, at the moment, my router is a 4G router, but the SIM card that I've got is like maximum speed, unlimited volume. So if 5G is available here, which I don't know, it might be, it might not be, but my router only goes up to 4G. But in theory, you could have a SIM card router if you're on a unlimited volume, unlimited speed tariff. Put a SIM card in it, you could get 5G, and that's like 150 Mbit per second or something. Download, upload. It's always synchronous.
Megabyte,
Yeah, it's the same in both directions. So yeah, but I mean here it's like 60 up and down or something, which is pretty good, and that's just from a SIM card. So yeah, you know, there are options out there. Yeah, SIM card so like if you get a SIM card router, you get a SIM card with an appropriate tariff. That might be an alternative to your wired things, and it's not expensive. You know, it's relatively cheap. What I've got now is half the price of the wired connection that I used to have. The SIM card contract. Yeah. Hi there, Steve. Nice one. Be like the DNL third tug, Harry. Hang on. I'm losing the thread. Yeah, we need to. Oh, right. Yeah. I tell you what, Mark, actually, now that Buddy's coming out of warranty, I'm starting to think about modding him, because obviously, as long as he was in warranty and fairly new, I didn't want to spend a load of money on mods, especially if I might have ended up selling him, because when you sell a bike, nobody wants to buy your mods. You don't get any money for the money you spent on mods. So basically, for me personally, you only start modding a bike once you've decided it's a keeper. You know, once you said, right, definitely not going to sell it in the next 3 or 4 years, you know, spend 300-400 quid on it, getting it how I want it. So with Buddy, I'm actually thinking that the Red Rooster silencer thing might be a good option. I know that Glenn O, he was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still there. I think he's got a Red Rooster silencer. Yeah, just a little bit more sound on the old Meteor might be all right, you know. And certainly now that I've already decided that the Himalayan is a keeper, and I know everyone swaps out the silencer for a Meteor one. So I think that's probably on the schedule for this year. I'll probably start modding the Meteor because it's out of warranty, and I'll mod Norman anyway, because I can't think of a better bike for me to go out, ride around a bit at the weekend, and then go up a trail and then throw it at the countryside. I don't think I'm going to get another bike for that job. I think that's Norman's job. So I think Norman's going to be around for a long time. So even though he's not out of warranty, I'd be happy to spend some money getting Norman modded up a bit. And I know that Martin Trafford, Moreland Biker, who's been to Spain last year, who's come to Spain again this year, we're going to hopefully meet up. He's got his Himalayan heavily modded. He's got the tech bike parts, cams and everything. He's got the whole 9 yards. His Himalayan's modded to F. So, you know, now that I've decided that I'm not going to sell Norman and I'm not going to get any other bike for that job, I think he's here for the next 10 years probably. So yeah, I can start really looking at, modding Norman to get the most out of him now. I'm not worrying about it.
I'll tell you what is a good thing is the old Lex Tech exhaust on the Himalayan.
Is that the one that Saddle's got?
Yeah,
that's
makes
what
such a difference.
It's
Sounds
Adam,
really good.
I think Adam's got. Is that the same one that Adam's got as well?
No, Adam's got something else. I don't know what he's got. He was on it just now. Are you there, Adam?
Yeah.
Earth calling Adam. Yeah, he's got something else. I think he's got a scorpion or something like that. But
there are a couple of end cans out there that give it a bit more of a raunchy sound, which is fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. Starlink. I'll tell you what, Mark. This is cool, actually. Starlink. Last summer, we had one night where you could see Starlink, and I went out, and it was mad. I went out at night. It's like a chain of lights, and it goes across the sky. And I thought it was some like massive UFO or something. And I thought, what the fuck is that? I thought I was having an experience,
the F-bombs are coming out now. Like he's had half a quarter bottle of whiskey, and out come the F-bombs.
And it was total coincidence. It was only, I was looking in the right direction at the right time as it went by, and it actually scared me a little bit because I saw this chain of lights.
It wasn't your Christmas tree, was it?
No, going across the sky. It's awesome. It's brilliant. And then the next day I got on the internet to try and find out what it was. And it turned out that was the night that in southern Spain, Starlink would be passing by, and it was a clear night and it would be visible.
What is it?
It's like satellite-based internet. It's one of Elon Musk's projects. Got a bunch of satellites that are all in a line, and they supply internet to the world.
Oh, cool.
That's the vision.
I thought Starlink was that implant thing that he was on about doing.
No, I don't know, but I think the idea is internet for everyone. I think that's the idea behind it. That once the Starlink things up and going, it's going to kind of be cheap, fast internet for everyone, everywhere in the world, wherever you are.
I tell you what, a lot of people aren't a fan, but I am a fan of Elon Musk. He seems to be doing a lot of cool stuff in the right places, sonny. It's his money. Yeah. People say, why are you spending money on things like that when you could be spending it on Greta Thunberg, whatever she's called. But no, he's doing some really cool stuff, getting us to Mars. I mean, that's interesting. That's what it should be like.
Yeah. I mean, he's a total nut job.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't give him my money, but if other people give him money, then let him get on with it.
Yeah.
Is there a take performance cam for the Meteor? I don't know. But to be honest, on the Meteor, I don't really ever feel like I'd want more. The only reason I would consider it on the Himalayan is that the Himalayan is a bit more of a touring machine. So, if I ever wanted to do a longer trip with a bit of fast road work, the performance cams on the Himalayan would make more sense, which is what Martin's got. I said it when I did the Super Meteor test. I don't lack performance on the Meteor. The sort of riding I do with a Meteor, I don't ever feel like I need more. It's
agreed. I'm with you there.
I ride the Meteor to sort of chill out and ride nice little twisty roads, and but the Himalayan, if you could, wump it up a bit, give it a bit more oomph.
Why 450?
411 apparently.
Checking.
Yeah, but Martin, last summer he rode his 411 from up north all the way down all the way through France. He didn't take the ferry to Santander. He didn't cop out. He rode through France and all the way down to here where I am on a 411. Yeah. And he was, if he tried to avoid the motorway, but when he was on the motorway, he said, I'll just do 60 mile an hour, no problem. But he's got the
I
cams,
just
he's got all the mods,
I was very surprised how many people said to me that the 411 was a bit rubbish on the motorway and that. And yeah, it's not great, but it's nowhere near as bad as what I thought it was going to be. It was. I really didn't have too much of an issue with it. I didn't go far, granted.
Yeah, the fascinating thing with the Himalayan, which we've spoken about, is that like my preferred cruising speed on the motorway would probably be 60 mile an hour, 100 k's. That's fine. It's like good for fuel economy. It's you can usually sit in the draft of the trucks. You don't have to overtake them too often unless they're going up a steep hill. You can sit behind the truck and save fuel. So 100 k's, 60 mile an hour, going along, perfect at that. The Himalayan. But the strange thing with the Himalayan is, or the good thing that I find with the Himalayan is, at 60 mile an hour, I think you're just over 4,000 RPM, and between 4,000 and 5,000, there seems to be a little power peak. So when you're sat at 60, even though the bike will only do like 70, no, it'll do about 85, I think. 85, I think it will do. Yeah. But when you're sat at 60, you're right in the sweet spot with the cams. When you whack on full throttle, it accelerates up to 70 odd really quickly. So if you need to overtake, you can overtake safely. So if you're doing 60, it's right in the sweet spot. If you need to overtake, you can just go whoop, and it goes up fairly quickly. You get by, and then you drop back down to 60. I don't know. Yeah. It just seems spot on to me. I mean,
I've got a lot of respect for the Himalayan. I hope I don't upset people when I bring out my review of it, because it's not damning, but it's not exciting either. Do you know what I mean? It's just the way,
Yeah, well, that's like my video where I said it's brilliant, but it's beige. It don't get the blood pumping, but I tell you what,
it does a job well. Yeah,
it does a job. It does all sorts of jobs. So,
it's that Land Rover thing, isn't it? You chuck a Land Rover up a lane, and it'll do it. It'll plod on in a beautiful way, and that's what the Himalayan is. Yeah, I went out with Ken, and a couple of times I dropped it into first gear because we were doing some gnarly stuff. Well, gnarly for me, for Ken, he just drove right over it. But but you let the clutch out, and it goes down to sort of 1,000 RPM, and you think, oh, it's going to conk out in a minute. It doesn't. It just goes. It just keeps on plodding on. That's what I liked about it, really.
Oh, here we go. Kent Cams do one. All right. Kent Cams, yeah, they're a very famous company. They used to do lots of
I think Blake's
racing cars. Blake? Oh, yeah. Right, Blake, yeah. Oh, you've got Ollie again. Oh, hang on a minute. He's got Ollie again. Oh, Ollie's gorgeous. Give Ollie a big hug from me and Ruby. Yeah, you got him for 4 days. Oh, lovely, mate. You'll learn a lot then. You've got 4 days of learning ahead of you. Yeah. All right, Blake. Thanks for coming along, mate. And I look forward to your next awesome production. Yeah, let's get back to Kent Cams. Yeah. I didn't know they did one, actually. Kent Cam enables fast and safe overtaking, but doesn't ruin the ability to plod. So he's got one on his Classic, and he's going to add it to his. Oh, that's interesting, Steve. Thank you for that. That's interesting. So Kent Cams have got a mod, because Mark was saying Hitchcocks have the cam for the Meteor, but it's out of stock. So this might be a different one. The Kent Cam. All right. Yeah. Certainly it's an option, because you're thinking of adding one to your Meteor as well, right? Okay, yeah. So yeah, I might mod Buddy, but I don't know. Sometimes you get a bike where you just think, as it came out of the factory, it just suits me, and I've been down a modding route with the Bullet, right? And it, it was just a faff. And yeah, I don't know. I think with Buddy, I'm thinking that maybe don't mod him too much.
Mm.
The Red Rooster.
I'd get a new exhaust if I had one.
Yeah, the Red Rooster. If I can get a bit more sound out of him, that would be nice. I'd probably do that, and you don't need to do any other mods. That will just auto adjust. The ECU will sort that out. But yeah, certainly a cam upgrade on Norman is on the cards, because I think if I ever got to do a motorcycle journey, I would take Norman, because he's my big boy bike. He's the fast bike. So if you had a little bit more in reserve, that would be helpful. So yeah, I think I might do a cam upgrade more likely on Norman than on the Meteor, on Buddy. But it's interesting. Kent cams, I'll have to have a look, because I know Kent cams from my Autosport days. Yeah, that's Blake. Yep. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking at Ainsworth Riders post.
Hang on, Steve. Why don't you go to us?
That's great, isn't it? It's funny. I've actually thought because I'm not going to say it, but that's great.
I don't think Saddle's looking to sell it anyway.
No, he's selling it. He is going. Yeah, he's recently put that on the video. Yeah, that he is selling it. Yeah.
I'm a little bit behind.
Yeah, that's right.
So what? Is he getting a new ride to work bike or what?
No, he's in a position where he's got the other bikes anyway.
Yeah.
He's got the V-Strom, which is a brilliant bike, and that will do it all very well. But he's selling that one because he wants to get a van again. He wants to get a van where he can just, I don't know, chuck some sleeping stuff in the back, go and do it overnight or somewhere, just explore more in a van.
So he's going to drive the van to work now.
Well, he can use the Strom for that, can't he? Or take the van. Yeah,
but it'll take a beat. It'll take a beating though, won't it? Because he rides in all weathers. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So he'll probably use it as a everyday vehicle. So it makes sense. I can see where he's coming from. Yeah.
But he might just be getting soft in his old age.
Oh, definitely.
He might want a heater and a radio on his way to work every morning.
Probably. Yeah.
But yeah,
next.
Yeah, but I mean, if he used the van to go to work, and then obviously when he goes on trips with Twinks, he could put a bike in the back, and then they could drive to wherever their base is, and then just that'd be nice.
Totally makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Having that versatility, and if it rains and Twinks, and
mate, it's these YouTube millions, isn't it? Those people out there that don't have a YouTube channel, they can't imagine how much money we earn.
Yeah, but it's not all like that, is it? Because you try maintaining a swimming pool that's 100 foot long.
Oh yeah,
it's not all roses.
I got a bloke that comes out every week and checks the chlorine levels and the pH and everything. I'll tell you what, it costs an arm and a leg.
It does. Yeah.
People, if you haven't started a YouTube channel yet, don't bother. Honestly, you're better off. It's just stress. We've got all this money and we don't know how to spend it. So then you end up getting like private healthcare with like scantily clad nursing and stuff like that. Because we've got to get rid of the money somehow. It is.
It's really difficult.
It's coming in faster than we can spend it. So
I struggle. I give away to charity and they just turn me down now because they're getting too much.
I was so much at peace with myself and happier when I was skint. Honestly, this YouTube thing is a total nightmare. Don't do it, people. Don't do it.
I'm skint and I'm not happy.
Hang on, what's this?
Oh God, Ainsworth is beasting me. I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to get him back. I'm not sharp enough at the moment, but I will get him back.
I'd love to find a witch, but I don't know if I could afford it. Well, don't be too upset because, like I said earlier, with the introduction of the 450, you're probably going to get a flood of 411s being sold secondhand from people that are thinking that they want to upgrade. So I think, you'll probably be able to get a 411 at a very good price pretty soon. I think the 450 coming out is going to help. Is going to help Steve to get a 411 Himalayan at a decent price. I think, if you can't buy
I'm just
the
looking
Witch,
at the
wait.
at the comments there. Ken Brooks is having a pop as well.
Hang on. I'm nearly at the bottom. I'm getting there. Hang on. My talking.
That's all right, mate. No, you'll find
right.
it anyway.
My talking is just
Ken Brooks is
Yeah, but see, our talking bollocks meter exploded like 2 hours ago or whenever it was, so don't worry about it. Wait, what you No, we do. Honestly, don't we, Steve? I mean, look
Sorry?
at you. We get paid. You guys
Oh,
get
yeah.
paid.
Absolutely
you.
loads. Yeah.
You're on the Riviera. You got your Honda with the funny exhaust parked on the beach in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
we
they're
live
in the
high
beach. It's
life.
my beach. Yeah. It's
It's
back
Exmouth.
garden. Yeah.
There's a certain part of the coast at Exmouth that is Exmouth bikers' private property.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't believe me, check out the official.
Well, it's in the bloody photo. What more do you need to see?
Well, check out the cadastral register. It's all in there. It's all there. It's public record. Oh yeah, see him setting his offshore bank account. Now, I tell you what, mate. I had an offshore bank account, and after 2 months of doing YouTube, they said, "Mate, stop it. No, we're gonna have to let you go. We can't deal with all the money. The vault is full, and we can't be doing it anymore."
It is. It's incredible money.
It's incredible. I mean, look at all these sausages.
Too late, Ainsworth. You made your bed, Ainsworth. I'm gone.
Sausages.
I'm out of there.
Sausages, dogs, private healthcare professionals. We're living the high life, dudes. We're just living it up big time.
Absolutely. If only it was true. Yeah.
There it is. Look at that. We still got 15 diehard viewers.
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
After 3 hours.
Yeah, and also it's like
that's what it was.
Hang on, Dave. Dave.
They're all in the closet. They all need to come out, especially Ainsworth.
Dave.
People have been talking about him for ages.
I'm broken. Sorry, Dave. I just clicked.
You accidentally pushed the button again, did you?
Hang on. See, the thing is, Dave, I'm gutted, but the key thing is, in a situation like this, is to get it off the internet as quickly as possible, because once it's out there forever.
It is. Yeah.
So I apologize. I'm going to get it off the internet as quickly as possible. Hang on.
Yeah. And I know how fast that's going to be, because I know how quick you've put it off the internet so far.
Steve, I'm clicking the button and it's not going. What's going on?
It's not working.
No. Do you know this, Dave, by the way? You probably don't. I believe I believe that he
looks familiar.
While he buys his costumes, he told me this, on Sidwell Street in Exeter. Exeter. I know Exeter's a different country, but Sidwell Street, Exeter. Apparently, there's a bedroom novelty costume shop.
There's a naughty shop. Yeah.
Yeah. And apparently,
and do you know the funny thing is, when I filmed that, you're the only one that picks it up. You are the only one that picks it up. I thought I'd do it as a laugh with that in behind me, and you're the only one that said, "Oh, I think there's a sex shop behind you." No one else got it.
I'll tell you what. That this is sad, right? And I need an answer from you at some point. This is sad, but I went on Google Street View and tried to find it, and I couldn't find it. Have they gone bust? Is it
still there? Yeah.
Oh, so Google Street View isn't up to date. Oh, right.
Yeah, it's probably what it is. Yeah.
Because I was thinking they can't possibly go bust if Dave is buying all of these costumes there. Because that leather outfit, I think that was like 150 quid.
No, it's 165 at the moment. Oh,
Is
I
it?
mean, so they say. I mean, I don't know. So I'm told.
Yeah, but that is, if you notice, it's got like the detachable cod piece. So
Yes,
you can leave that out, and
it's
then
quite disturbing, isn't it?
you can leave literally everything out. If you leave out the cod piece, you're leaving out the meat and 2 veg.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know, you've got options.
You're gonna have to put a little rainbow on the background or something next time. Oh, can you
No,
say that? I don't know. You can't say nothing
I
these
don't
days,
know.
can you?
I think that's all man.
Yeah,
This Dave, I mean, this Dave, he's a good-looking man, and
he is.
he's cut. You know, he obviously goes to the gym quite a lot. You know, he's a good-looking man,
Yeah.
and you know, I don't think there's anything. I don't think we can determine his orientation at all. I just think he's a good-looking man with a
Yeah, well,
very good
Cornish
taste.
Motorcycle Diaries is getting the horn, so that's what he says in the comments.
Very good taste in clothing. I find it's a
Yeah.
great look.
Well, that's normal.
And,
That's normal clothing in Cornwall anyway. So,
but I mean, like on. Oh, sorry, Dave. Hang on, Dave. God, I'm gutted. Sorry, Dave. I keep doing this. No,
it's an accident.
The key thing in a situation like this is you get it off the internet, because once it's on the internet, it stays there.
Yeah.
But fortunately, only 17 people have seen it, and they're all trustworthy. You know, I vouch for any of them.
Yeah.
They're not going to tell anyone. But I mean, if you imagine this handsome Dave on a meteor riding through Exmouth in the summer.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's going to be He's going to be topless because he wants to work on his tan. It's going to be a sunny day, right?
Especially in Exmouth. It's always sunny down Exmouth.
He's got safety gear because he's got gloves. He's got a helmet, and he's got leathers on. So you know, he's perfectly safe. He could be riding a motorbike like that. It's perfect riding apparel. I don't understand why that would be an issue.
It's like William says, it's YMCA Dave, isn't it?
Yeah, any normal, healthy male going for a ride in the summer, dressed like that on a motorbike, yeah, it's perfect riding apparel.
Yeah, I don't think my kids would want to go out with me anymore, but yeah, I think it's.
Well, I don't know. Toby said that's what you look like most of the time in the house, so I'm guessing.
Well, yeah.
It wasn't a great shock to him, which is worrying.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. You'd be a purple helmet if you left a cod piece at home.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's not one for the Dragon Rally. No. Martin Trafford, Moreland Biker. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Fun debate, yeah.
Right then, I think we might be able to start wrapping up because it seems like the golf has returned.
Yeah. You've done quite well, Gary. I mean, that's the only reason I said I'd help you out tonight with the cough and that, but you've done all right, haven't you?
The power of alcohol should never be underestimated.
Mm.
You know. Yeah. No. Yeah. So anyway, thank you very much to all of you lovely people. We're down to 12 now. So obviously we're starting to test people's endurance, which is understandable. It's the witching hour. Yeah, indeed it is. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So let's wrap it up now. Good. Yes. Just as an aside, I'm thinking, hang on, let me just make sure I'm not doing anything wrong. Right. I'm thinking that, yeah, there probably will be an Armageddon 3, right? Is that right?
Yeah,
Are
definitely.
you up for that?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you know, obviously Dave's up for it. You can see. Hang on. Look,
Yeah.
you know, you can see he's definitely up
Yeah.
for something, that Dave. So there will be an Armageddon 3 at some point. And thank you very much, Steve, for volunteering to come and help me out.
No worries. Oh, I love it. I love doing this shit. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. All the people in the side chat, shit on.
Oh,
Good
lovely.
laugh.
And also, you know, they're hooking up now. We got the Scottish Economical Rides posse, the Meteor Boys. They're hooking up. So, you know, lots of people are coming together. It's brilliant. It's the witching hour. Being great evening. Thanks all. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, good luck meeting up with Mike. That would be brilliant if you and Mike can meet up. Let me know if you do. And, you know, probably Mike will feature in one of your videos at some point in the future. That would be great. Nice to know that we're bringing people together with this stupidness that we do. Thank you, Ken. Lovely, Ken. Thank you so much for coming along. Really appreciate it. You are a legend and I love you dearly. What the time? Beer o'clock now. Whiskey o'clock. Yeah, I've just drunk 6 months of YouTube wages. Yeah.
One way to get rid of COVID. Look, just
probably, yeah, but it's medicinal. It's medicinal. I'm not taking tablets, so it's all good. Thank you, Simon. Yeah, cheers for the entertaining evening. I just flash them up on the screen for you, Steve. I'm glad we got a live stream on at last. Yeah. Thank you, Steve. Lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you, Andy. Yeah, great to have you here. I don't know if Quinn's still here, but anyway, hopefully Quinn, a few people will register for your competition. That would be good.
I think you've had one, haven't you, Quinn? Just confirm that. Did you say that somebody had one, or was that a joke? That might have been a joke about the dogging one, but yeah.
James is in my heart. James is always hardcore because, like, he's like always going out, keep going. He always does that. Yeah. But you have to bear in mind, James, it's like I'm an hour ahead, so you know, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It is midnight here anyway. There you go. Mike is saying he'll be in touch with Mark, so that's good. You too. Let me know how that goes. Has this turned into a dating agency now? Well, it depends, you know. I mean, depends on what you're into.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Sorry. Oh, Dave, sorry, mate. Hang on.
It's all right.
In a situation like this, Dave, from what I've learned is it's important. Once it gets onto the internet, you have to take it down real quick. So we're going to do that now. So
I remember you saying that
to limit the damage.
Yeah,
I'm gutted. Sorry, Dave. Dave, could you? You know, I'm sorry, mate. There you go. Yeah. Right. Okay.
It looks a lot like me, that, doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I might have my type, Steve. That's all I'm saying. I might have my type. So yeah, what's up, Quinn? Are you you're happy? Are you getting feedback on your compo now? Let us know if that's working. But anyway, yeah, get over to Quinn Peaks Biker YouTube channel, and he's got free stuff to give away, and Blake's Pipes as well. Apparently, he's going to have stuff to give away very soon. So stay tuned to Blake's Pipes, Quinn Peaks Biker, and yeah. Thank you, Stephen. Yep, I will give Ruby a big hug. She's actually down to my left, snoring away. I'm actually grateful that the microphone isn't picking it up because I thought the whole stream might be accompanied by. But apparently the mic's not picking it up, so that's good news. She's always next to me, bless her. Yeah. So yeah, all good. Right. Well, thank you very much, everybody. And yeah, stay tuned to the channel. And yeah, we're going to be doing an Armageddon 3 at some point, aren't we, dude?
Definitely, mate. Definitely.
Most definitely. And yeah, you know, apologies to Dave. Oh, God. I mean, in a situation like this, it's always important to get it off the internet, get it down as quickly as possible. Sorry, Dave.
It's almost like it's automatic, isn't it? Does it automatically come up? Does it? Or
I don't know. All I know is because I've seen like documentaries about people having their lives ruined by the internet, and what they say is when these like private images go online,
Yeah,
you know, the most important thing is to get it taken down as quickly as possible, so that
absolutely.
the least number of people see it.
Yes.
So Dave, we're going to take it down now. Hang on,
It's not working again, is it?
Steve. It's not working, mate.
No, it's not
Hang
working,
on.
is it? No.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's better.
There you go. There you go. Sorry, Dave. Yeah. So hopefully, very few people have seen it because it hasn't been on the internet for any considerable length of time. Thank
No.
God. Thank
No.
God.
It's only been about
you know,
10 minutes.
Thank God.
Yeah.
It hasn't been on the internet for any length of time. So hopefully Dave will forgive me, and yeah, it'll all be good.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, all you lovely people, for turning up, and thank you for your patience. As soon as I feel lung-wise capable of riding, I'll be out making videos for you all. But thank you for coming along. Thank you for all your kind comments in the meantime. You've really helped. And yeah, thank you so much. Love you all. And yeah, there's a Armageddon 3 probably in your futures if you care to partake. And possibly Dave might be coming along.
Probably. He might
But
be.
the
I
thing
reckon
is,
he probably
Dave,
will.
the thing is, Dave, in a situation like this, the most important thing is to get it off the internet as quickly as possible, you know, because it could go viral. So there we go. So thank you very much, you lovely people. Thank you so much. Right, we're going to go now because it's like late enough here in Spain. It's like an hour later than most of you have in the UK. And yeah, look forward to Armageddon 3. Thank you very much. Take care. Steve, you can say goodbye as well because you're here.
Yeah, thanks for everybody who came along. Thanks to Ainsworth for the absolute ribbing that he's given me tonight. Thanks to Ken for joining in. And yeah, that's what I'm here for. Just take a piss. You know, Dave is obviously very much looking like me as well. So Dave's popped up once, twice.
Dave is just my type. You know, it's just a coincidence.
Exactly.
I don't know, but the most embarrassing thing, and I'm deeply embarrassed. I'm broken.
I'm broken.
I can be honest. I'm broken that I've done this to Dave because that photo was sent to me in good faith, and it was for private consumption only. And somehow I've put
it is between 20 people.
And I've put it out on the internet. Yeah, but this is the thing. I can vouch for these people. I know they're not going to tell anyone about it.
No.
So basically, because it's been on the internet for such a short time, it's not going to be an issue.
No, exactly.
You know,
what's the secret when something pops up like that? What do you have to do?
Hopefully, Dave is going to forgive me because I've done everything in my power to ensure that it's on the internet for the least amount of time possible.
Yeah.
You know, after a faux pas, for which I'm deeply, deeply traumatized that I made that mistake. I really need to sort out my hard drive. I'm just
I'm not
chaotic.
Put it that way.
Yeah. So so I don't know, but maybe Dave will come along for the next Armageddon 3. But we shall see.
Yes. Yeah. No.
So,
thanks everyone.
bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Been really good. Really enjoyed it. Thanks, Gary.
And above all else, thank you for your support where I've been doing like no videos of any substance whatsoever. Hopefully I'll be back to normal service very soon.
They're a good bunch, aren't they?
They're lovely people. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.